Oh, we live now.
Yeah, we live now.
We live, absolutely.
Live now.
I'm at Shot Topics. Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
What's going
Before
on?
we even do the introductions, the whole layout of the show, I just want to take a second because the last time I sat down while the countdown was going, bruh, I already busted out laughing. Like, I ain't even had a chance to open the bottle yet. This is crazy. Like, bruh, man, I already know it's gonna be one of them episodes.
It is, man, because I got some shit to talk. I'm talking shit to Rich.
Already.
Talking shit. He done moved my motherfucking time around. Hold on. This motherfucker moved my time around 3 times.
No, I didn't. It wasn't 3 times.
It was 3 times. He flipped me. He was like, yo, Bishop, I got you on this day. But OC from NC is coming in, so we gonna move you back. I got bumped back, and then listen. Then okay, boom, we said, all right. I said, all right, it's all good. I don't care. It was about a month out. Then he said, yo, Bishop, we got to do it again because I got somebody else more important than you.
The intro coming, y'all, for those.
You know what I'm saying? But boom. Then, you know what I'm saying, I caught COVID, so I couldn't get back on this joint. Then he got me out here today.
See, I didn't want to say that because that's you know what I'm saying, that's yours to tell. I
didn't
want to say
so,
that.
You know what I'm saying? But it was a small C, wasn't big C. So, you know what I'm saying? Then I come in, this nigga ain't got no water for me. You know what I'm saying? Man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else. It's just me and him. Every time else I come in this motherfucker. Listen, every time else I come in, every time I see everybody else, be 19 niggas here. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like 2.
It'd be 47. It'd be 47 people all packed up here. You know what I'm saying? People be standing up in the back. They be having bottle service and shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel.
They be having the sparklers?
What I'm saying is this right here. Listen. Shot Topics audience, I feel fucking disrespected.
Say they be having the sparklers, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I would listen.
So is that, bro? We don't know what show that is. Where it be like 19 people now. 19 people will show up sometimes. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but that'd be a different show. It might be a whole nother show. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened.
Look at my face. You know Icy the boss, right? That's your homeboy,
right? Right.
I went to Icy, treat me nice, you know what I'm saying? Had water for him.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Probably said, hey, Bishop, him and Cousin Luther treated me right. You know what I'm saying? Richie supposed to be my mans. You know what I'm saying? I talked to that. I've been, me and him talk a lot, you know what I'm saying, about comedy and everything. Like, this how you treat me? I'm out.
No, who said you, man? Somebody says, like, look, this what you do. You go to the booth and you talk shit.
Talk shit. That's what I'm here to die.
He done passed envelope over like, look at it, open it. Talk all the shit you do.
Yes, what he did. Actually, Icy paid me to say all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He gave me $50.
He gave you up.
He gave me, It's over with. But it was all in food stamps, though, so that's why I snitched. I said I would do it because I brought the food with the food stamps, but, you know, I got to give him his card back and shit.
You sold out for $25.
$25.
But no, hey, welcome back to another live episode of Shot Topics. Now, what I am going to do my best to do is to make sure that this episode of Shot Topics don't end like the last episode of Shot Topics. You're not in a walking off mood, are you?
Nah, man, I don't walk off for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good, brother.
All right, cause that was man. I don't know if y'all seen my faces, but it was that was one.
So what happened, bro?
Oh man, look.
We got.
I don't even want to give you the disservice of not watching that episode.
Okay.
It was one of them ones, like, bro, definitely entertaining. But tonight, because this is live, not pre-recorded, we in the same universe tonight. We got Bishop Omega in the motherfucking studio. Now it's way overdue. Now, you know, he was a little hyperbolic in the beginning, but it may have been half a factual statement in there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 3/4 of a fact, you know what I'm saying? But
straight line.
We got him in here. We got him in here tonight. And you know what I'm saying? If you've been a part of Shot Topics, you already know how I go. Like I said, bro, I hadn't even, you hear it, the plastic is coming up. I ain't had time to get ready to prep. He came through, he was like, yo, I thought it was like 19 people here. It just be, I'm like, man.
I'm happy, man.
Let me get up. But nah, bro, we happy to have you, bro. Like I said, this episode is long overdue. But for those who have been here, it's 2 separate rounds, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, each round is, you know what I'm saying, totally different. First round, you know what I'm saying? We just finna talk about you, person, the brand, the icon, the movement, you know what I'm saying, the etc. all of that. And then that second round, you know what I'm saying, it might get a little random. We're going to let the tequila, you know what I'm saying, because that's usually what we have, you know, in shot topics. You know what I'm saying, take effect. Then we're going to ask a little random questions. So, we're going to start it. We're going to go ahead and start it off. Now, hey, before we get started, bro, big shouts to the phone booth. Big shouts to 4 phones. Hey, we got the space. We got the time. Just let us know ahead of time if you need a song, show, all of that good stuff. Just hit us up. You already know. Hey, big shouts to Lena already in the motherfucking comments. Yo,
what up, Lena?
Ready for you to get drunk. That's crazy, bro. Front row.
You know what? Because Lena Jackson.
Okay.
That's Lena Jackson.
Yeah.
Yo, Lena Jackson's my homegirl.
Now she, bro, her Shot Topics episode a little overdue too, bro. She got a couple anecdotes I'm ready to hear about, like no cap, like, bro.
Don't get Lena drunk. Don't get her. Unless you ready to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Why has it got to be violent?
Because Lena carries, she carries brass knuckles around with her everywhere.
So what would I not ask? You know what?
Ask her. I want you now. I just want actually, you know what? Go ahead, Lena. Come up here, get drunk, and beat him up. Because they treat it. I bet you, Lena gonna have water.
She will, because you just said she beat people up.
She beat people up. She gonna have
10.
freeze pops. You can probably have water with her with a little fruit in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Little cucumbers. Have you ever had cucumber water before? How refreshing cucumber water is?
I don't like cucumbers, so I don't even.
Rich, you don't like cucumbers?
No.
How do you live, my man?
What you mean?
You know what I'm saying? You just live in a world of cucumberless, my man?
Yeah, that sound about right.
Man,
yeah.
What else you don't eat, man?
They do it every time, bro. You can't flip the show on me. No, I don't know what else I don't eat. It might be stuff that regular people don't eat. You know,
because I do. You know me, I do interviews all the time. So right,
yeah, tomato, squash, all of that. Like right. None of that.
None of that shit.
Yeah.
Is it texture for you? It's a texture.
No, it's really taste. It's taste.
Okay.
It's definitely taste. You know what I'm saying? Because onions is, you know what I'm saying? Onions is straight. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was watching, like, you know what I'm saying, that Disney movie Holes.
Yeah.
You know when they got stranded and they just started biting, like, you know what I'm saying, just into the onions like that with some Granny Smiths.
Yeah.
I was like, after a couple days, that might have been
you could get that little.
Bro, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who's seen the movie and who not, but it was like, bro, he really, bro. Like a whole onion, mind you, like the one with the layers and shit. I'm like, man, I don't know.
My pops used to do that when he was younger. He used to like onions like that. He used to bite onions, man. That's the type of ilk I'm from, man. I'm cut from that cloth, B.
Biting onions when there's apples around is crazy.
I don't know if it was apples around, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Nah, there was apples around.
It was the 60s, bro. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on. The 60s and 70s, black folks was eating anything, B.
Oh, there were no apples in the 60s. I'm going to have to get somebody to confirm that.
There was no apples in the 60s.
You about to bring the whole research department to Shot Topics, bro. No apples in the 60s. That don't even sound right.
I don't even see it.
All right, so hey, we finna get the show.
All right,
started,
cool. I'm disruptive as fuck. I promise I'm disruptive.
No, this is good. All right, so look, first question.
Okay.
So we're gonna ask it, then we're gonna take the shot in the most adequate amount of words as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Bishop Omega?
Okay, for the shot. Let's go for the shot. I'm just I'm me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to say it, you know what I mean? I'm a father, first and foremost. I'm somebody's son, somebody's husband. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm somebody's friend. I'm somebody's big brother. I'm a lot of people's big brother. You know, and I pride myself on being the most 100% person that I could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in I don't switch up. I pride myself on not switching up to my peoples or whatever. I think I give the same energy when we off camera than we are on camera. I get the same energy at shows if we see each other in person.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I try not to switch up, and I try not to be too big for my britches, but I also understand that sometimes I have to plant my own flowers, you know, and say, hey, look at these, because I've been around for a while.
That's interesting. I've heard 2 different quotes about flowers today. I had an episode earlier, and the person, big shouts to brother Julio, he had said, you know, sometimes you got to give flowers until the vase break, and then here you go talking about planting your own flowers.
Sometimes
like,
you gotta.
It's real. Yeah, that's real shit.
You gotta bring them to the garden, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this, and don't be ashamed of it, man. That's why I'm not, you know. And I just think like I said, I'm the most straight up cat. You'll never hear this phrase being said to me. Yo, Bishop, I heard you talking shit behind my back. And you know what? And that I can go to sleep with that because I talk all the shit I talk to your faces. That's what it is. So if I really don't like something, I'll tell you to your face. If you know what I mean, and I'll tell you the reason why, because I don't want it to be any misconstrued to be hating or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's Bishop Omega, man. I'm the host, man. I'm I've been around here for shit. Damn, I've been hosting damn near 20 years, bro, and that's like 3,000 years in hosting. You know what I'm saying?
It is, yeah.
Ain't nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else is doing it, and what it is just building relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm an excellent relationship builder, and I cultivate relationships, and you know what I'm saying, and I don't burn bridges. Then that's one thing I don't do, but I do. If you do me wrong, I make sure the toll booth, the prices for you go up. I don't burn that bridge, but it's gonna be more expensive for you to cross. You know what I'm saying? The next time go around.
Don't burn the bridge up the toll.
That's what I do.
Okay, damn. Shot topics, bro. We don't even do quotes on shot topics. That's a shot topics quote right there. Yeah. So now you just mentioned that, you know what I'm saying, the hosting now. Mm. I know you do the stand up, and yes, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even see you, you know what I'm saying, like spit. Now what exactly was what got you out here? Like which craft was it? Because you're a person of many hats. So which hat was the first hat?
Hip hop. I was a rapper. I've been rapping since I was 9, so you know what I'm saying. So I've been rapping, freestyling since I was 9, since I was back in Philly. Moved down here with that transition. Got with my homeboy Fidel, aka Black Prophet, at Jordan High School. I went to Jordan, and we used to, for team sports, get in the locker room. He'd do the beats and and I would spit over them joints. We formed a group with Hiram and Bip. You know, Bip, my man Zytron X, Prophet, Unique Lyricist, MED, and we did Mass Con. And so I was rapping during that time. And then, like I said, we came up during the same time as, Little Brother. Like, we was at the same radio station. We go to Samps and stuff like that. So, like, Little Brother, Josh Gunn, Sim Swells, Nasty Fruit. All those cats is like our peers and everything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it started off with that, messing around, you know what I mean? Met the homie Kazi. When I met the homie Kazi, he, we battled. We actually battled, true story, I used to work in the mall. I battled Fonte and Kazi at the mall, like, in my store when nobody was there. They would do
battles at the,
No, because Fonte used to work in S&K. Across the way from me, he would always have suits on or whatever every day. So when he was working, he always had suits on. So one day I was talking shit across to him across the hallway. She bring your ass over here. He said, "All right, I'm coming." And he went in that joint, and I chipped him a little bit. And then, when I say this right here, this is how I know Fonte is a lyricist, because he threw out some bullshit lines just to see if I could rap. And you know what I'm saying? So I threw some bullshit out. So we, maybe jabbing each other. Then I hooked him like, yeah. Oh, that nigga was like, oh, you trying to embarrass me out here? And when God level, I'm talking about the God level, I was in that shit like, yo, you said that shit about me, bro. So
that's crazy. I would have never even fathomed baiting somebody in with some bullshit.
Yo, man.
If they was gonna show their ass.
Yeah, I wanted to show him his ass. Pause. I mean, but he did. He showed his ass. Same thing with Kazi. One of my homeboys was assistant manager, was Kazi's homeboy, said, and we played Kazi's tape or CD or whatever that he had or whatever in the store. So it was clean. So we played it with the rest of the music, because I had an urban clothing store, what they call Fines. So, you know what I'm saying, we was playing that during the day. And then he said, yeah, my man Kazi dope. I said, man, fuck your man Kazi. Bring him up here. So what he did was he brought Kazi up there. And I battled Kazi in the mall, man. Yeah, man. That's who I was back then. It was like, yo, wasn't nobody. I was on the street though, Rich. I'm telling you, like, yo, like, you can ask Bip and them. It was bad with niggas at the radio station. They come to the radio station, Sam, you sick 'em on me, man. So yeah.
Everybody agreed. Here you come. Man, fuck.
Man, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Kazi. Bring this ass up here.
That's crazy.
That's what it was.
So, right, can you think of, like, now, would you consider that, or is there like another moment where you were like, all right, like, yeah, like, I'm really doing this, you know what I'm saying, the hip hop thing, like, as far as like actually appeasing to a crowd you know what I'm saying, like really like rapping in places?
No, yeah, man. Like I said, we, like WXCU.
Mm.
You know, we used to bring our music up there. Being up at Duke, man, and it's like I hear stories about like, yo, Bishop, I used to listen to you on the radio, like you know, some of the younger cats, because again, I started going up there when I was like 19, and a lot of cats was a little younger than me, so they 12, 13, 14 at the time or whatever. They can't get up there, but the cats is like, yo, we used to listen to you, man, like, you know, because we would get up there and freestyle and do the thing. It was like, yo, a lot of cats look forward to it, and it's crazy to hear that. It's like you come up and you like, you know what I mean, and you always, people show love or whatever, and I just think they're showing love because I'm a host. They be like, nah, Bishop, we remember when you used to MC, bro, and I'm happy to meet you in person for the first time, you know what I mean, type of situation. And it's like, you know what I mean, and it you know, it's always strange or whatever, man, because I'm just in my own zone or whatever. I feel like I'm just a regular dude. I just have talents. But yeah, WXCU, things like Duel and Iron Mics. Well, we performed at the Cat's Cradle a few times. The Armory. So we used to do like all the, you know, the Palace and stuff like that. So we used to actually perform all the places and the haunts and everything like that. Most people's playing right now. Some of these clubs aren't here anymore, but Pinhook took place of the Palace. You know what I'm saying? And different things. Ringside, we did joints at Ringside. It used to be the first LGB bar in Durham or whatever, and they also let hip hop come in that joint on some nights when they wasn't doing the quote unquote gay nights or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they would do hip hop there. So we did shows there, man. It was just a dope situation, man. So like I said, a lot of stuff because I'm old. It's on CD, on tape and stuff like that, and DATs and shit like that. So that's why the research, when you said I'm spitting now, was like it's just the researches of it, just so I could have something, a digital copy to give to everybody. Like, yo, because I enjoy rapping. You know what I'm saying? I rap every day, man. Like, true story. I rap in the shower. I got my favorite list of YouTube beats or whatever. I go in and go ahead and go in or whatever. Just keep the sword sharp. That's it.
Now you were mentioning the shows. Now, were you hosting those shows, or did like hosting come like later? Or was it like did you find yourself like always naturally like, you know what I'm saying, galvanizing like the folk?
I would say this right here. Like, I've always been never not shy to be the quote unquote center of attention, to be the disruptive.
Now, this is a random question too. Like, as you answer that, do you like people?
Yeah, I love them. I love people.
You like people?
I love people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love them. I love people. I love the energy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't be taking no shit from people.
Oh, yeah.
So
of course not. Yeah, like, above all. Like,
right, above all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm, you know.
The reason I ask that is because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple people, like a people person that don't really necessarily like people, like short social medias, all of that good stuff. Like, and I was just asking, like, because it's just like, you seem like you know what I'm saying? Of course, you seem like you enjoy being out there, but it's just, you know, of course, you gotta ask, since we, you know what I'm saying, in this setting, like, it could all just be like, yeah, I got enough energy, right?
And nah, it's really, somebody put it to me one day, and he was like, yo, he's like, Bishop, he was like, I'm glad you're not on heroin. I said, what? It was a sound man. He said, I'm glad you're not on heroin. He said, because those same endorphins that you get when you're hosting, he said, I see the way you host. He said, you're addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy it to the fact, like this right here, anything that I can, like, I enjoy interviews, I enjoy speaking, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I just like hearing myself talk, you know what I mean? I like entertaining myself, and then if it's entertaining to everybody else, cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. You know what I mean? Like, cool. You know what I mean? If you could vibe off the Bishop Omega sauce, I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna stop making a sauce though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what it is.
I definitely get that.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah, you were mentioning that, like, you know what I'm saying, wherein the hosting came later. Like, how did that work out?
So, I made the mistake and stopped rapping. I made the mistake and said I'm too old to rap around about 25. So this is about
25,
26.
Crazy.
Yeah, 25, 26 years old. I was like, yeah. And then because I had a bunch of young boys, because at that point in time I had already done Earth Movers, you know what I'm saying, from kind of Earth Movers with Sat Camp and all that stuff. We had our run there. And then things kind of like got stagnant and we just stopped recording together. Martial Law started doing his own shit, and Jax was doing his own things and all that stuff right there. So I just started being a regular dude. And with regular dude shit, I got stagnant. And then my young boys start coming around, and I start managing. I call myself like managing and whatever. So, so we put them through the ringers, and we had the Earth Movers Wolves division set up. So I just started doing that, man. And then one day, how I got started hosting again, I got a mention of homeboy Kazi. He was on Microphone Mondays. And one night I had a breezy with me, you know what I'm saying? I had to be like, I think I stopped rapping at 23 or some shit like that. Yeah, so, and so.
When did you start?
When I started. Yeah. So, I mean, when I started like 16. You know what I'm saying? We was like 16, 17 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? So I had done it for a little while. But, so Kazi was like, yo, I got this, he had Micro Mondays, and I went up there, whatever, just to show support, you know what I'm saying, go see some of the acts and stuff like that. And then one time I came up there with a chick I had, came from out of town or whatever, and I tried to be all saucy, like, yo, man, when you gonna let me host this thing, da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, you want to host it? Gave me the list and the mic, and was like, I'm out. And that night I hosted, and that was my first time hosting. Thank God, like, again, it's kind of like right now, it's like, I'm cool with the niggas in the scene already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not super nervous because it's kind of like coming in the room and talking to a bunch of my friends and shit. But I started hosting from that night on, and I hosted on and off at Mike Mondays when I could get out there because I didn't have a car at the time. But anytime I could get out there, I would come out there and host and everything like that. And yeah, man, that's what got it started off. And you know what I mean. And then we flipped back around. Sunday night sessions is really when I started getting my shit on, my chops on. And then I've been hosting consistently from Sunday night sessions going forward. You know what I'm saying? And then the comedy came during hosting. So it was like, yo, Bishop, you funny, you should do comedy.
See, yeah, I got a whole set of questions regarding the comedy. Yeah. So, because like I said, many hats, so I had to, definitely had to look into it a bit further. So, but it was just crazy how like that whole like that gusto, like yo, when you gonna let me host this? Like I felt like it just felt like a familiar story. Like I felt like I was at once upon a time I was at a album release undisclosed on, you know what I'm saying, want to get it all that way. But I was just like, yo, when you gonna let me host the show? Like you might as well. And you know, here we are right now.
Here you
know
go.
what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
There
like
you go.
Just that same gusto and kind of like just putting yourself out there, like almost like it's not like I was joking, but it was just like it's almost like I had to take myself less serious to even ask it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to even be like, man, I jump off this cliff. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just jump. But like, yeah, that's what it took. Because when you were saying, like you said, just good with all the people, your name was good. And it's just like, you know, like that is just.
It's really about, for real, I'm going to tell you this right. Be successful is about building relationships. You know what I'm saying? If you don't build that relationship, if you don't, like, I'm not on this show. I'm not on this show if I don't treat Rich nice 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like we've known each other about 5 to 6 years.
I smoke a lot, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
Right. So I don't want to. I'm thinking it was the pinhook or something.
About right though. Like it's just like I was thinking about a moment that time ago, and I was just like, damn.
Yeah. But because I remember it's like this. But what I do is I keep it consistent, and you keep it consistent because what you do is you ask questions. You said, "Yo, how can I make my?" I think it was.
Of course, yeah.
I think how can I make my show?
That's me. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, that's when I done like merged to that lane. But I was like, but I definitely remember you like all that time ago. I was just like, damn, because I wanted to open the show. I woke up early and thought about this. No cap, like we finna take a break in the show, and I was like, yeah, this is one of the more intelligently ratchet episodes. Like I was gonna do all of that, like you came in and it was but that's what I was saying, like bro, I definitely remember all that time ago. Now like. When you were talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, being on the radio, I kind of felt like, oh, wow, this is what it felt like when Shaq had an incredible career, but there are people out there that only remember him being, like, an analyst.
Right.
Or like the people like Terry Bradshaw or something like that. Because it was like, I was out there in the sticks, the country during them days, so it's just like, all I know is the host. And so it was like, it was very interesting to hear, like, you know what I'm saying, those stories. Like, yeah, Shannon Sharp, another, like, good example. Like, people, like, only know him from that, but it's just like, nah, he got a couple rings. Like, it's like, yeah, like, so it's just like, that was cool as hell to hear that. So it's just like, that's what that put me in the mind.
I've been around a while, man. So when I talk my shit, I'll be like, I'm one of the niggas that got the resume to back the shit up that I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And then it's like if cats don't understand it, like I got somebody heavy to co-sign for me. And it's just like, nah, Bishop can really do that shit. Like motherfuckers, I was talking shit. It was like, you a host nigga? I said I can rap my ass off. And if I say that shit in a run of group, it'll be 5 motherfuckers like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You know what I'm saying? And then we could get into it. But you know what I mean? And the same thing with the comedy and all that stuff.
I'd be doing in the group saying, well, like, with no disrespect, I'd be like, I mean, if they said it, I mean, I feel like I heard a little bit on the stage.
Right.
Like, I heard you ripped on the stage. I was like, okay, like, yeah, he got it. But it was like, but the way, like, the extent that you explained it, I'm like, oh, yeah, he was out here.
Yeah, I was out here. I was super out here. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. Like, I was a hop out battle cat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it's a cipher, I'll jump out of the car. You know what I'm saying? And jump in the cipher. And you know what I'm saying? Because back then, it's like, we didn't have social media. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no social media.
That was the way to, bro, that is so dope. Like, just like the community before social media. Like, because, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I was doing, like, you know what I'm saying, growing up, like, in the sticks. But, like, social media was already prevalent by the time I got out here to the city as far as, like, you know, like content creating, like entertaining, rapping, all of that. So it's just like to hear about, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I was out there like at the state campus, like for them ciphers, and you know what I'm saying? My timid ass ain't never get in, but it was like that's okay. But like just to feel like, but I feel like that's all I had, then I would have jumped in because it's like it's been times like I was at the dorm room campus, like motherfuckers spitting, I'm like, and it's on me. I'm like, well, I'm gonna spit because I'm gonna spit, but it's just like out there, I was like, I'm not pressed to spit because everybody's so eager to spit, so I'm just gonna enjoy the show. But like, if that's all I had out there with no social media, oh yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start the cipher off, y'all. I got it.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, though, so it's just that is cool to hear about, like, just like the history of the community before there was even a Richie Nelson thought of. Like that is just I fuck with that. Now, all right, so I'm gonna say 2 things.
Okay.
Now, one in the comments, big shots to J Dub the Boss. He was saying
what up, Jay?
He had some of the best cyphers, you, Kazi, and everyone at Jack Spratt. And now I do, bro. One hosting memory I gotta you is goddamn, bro. It was at where it was like the group contest.
Oh, the World War IV.
That's what they called it. Yeah. Man, it was somebody that was upsetting the crowd, and you was tearing his ass up, like you was roasting the fuck out of his ass. But I was like, bro, it was like the same type of, like, now there's no diss to like the modern comedians, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like the Kevin Hart's, like, it's almost like they seem kind of like squeamish, but it was like it felt like that Martin Lawrence type, like, bro, I'm roasting your ass, but I will haul off and knock the fuck out your stupid ass, you know, at any point in time, like, bro, like, it was just like, oh, bro, like, hey, bro, your mother might want to chill, but like, bro, I don't know what the fuck that nigga was mad about, but it was just like, that's one moment I definitely remember, like, I'm always remember.
I just watched that. It came up in my story, not stories in my memories, probably about 2 months ago. Man, I was like, damn. When I said he had the Wyclef Jean with the Kevin Durant haircut, you know. Yeah. So the story behind that is I don't like, even in my comedy, I don't like hecklers because I got jokes, man. I'm a very mean person. Like, when I want to be, like, you hear the mean shit to say, it's like I'll tell you this right here. A lot of my mean shits to say are formulated off of reading somebody else's status. So if they'll say something, I'll take the most wicked part of it. Or if they share a status, or I see somebody's comment or something like that in another status, I'll do the mean shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I'm one of those people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, like, cats tried to bully me. And then I snapped out one day in study hall, and I never looked back. And then it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I never looked back. And it was just like, it got to the point where Cass was like, leave him the fuck alone. Because if you don't have your jokes built up for Reem, he is going to tear your ass. And I was rapid fire too. I used to be like, man, you old biscuit head, mom on crack rock, washing dirty socks and drinking the soup water out of it. You know what I mean? That's why your dog got pavo and your popcorn. You know what I mean? Bro, yo,
anybody with a tight 2 minutes off hand, bro, let them go, bro. Let them be, bro.
Man, like, and I was quick. So, you know what I'm saying? I talk about cat shoes and all that stuff, and it's just like, And that's why I think I was a good MC because I could do punchlines and catch stuff real fast off.
Now, did that
off
come natural? Or was that like just you, like, that was just like lunch table vibes, like?
Really, it was, man. It's really just like who I am, man. Like I've always been pretty smart, I've always been clever. I've always been. What it is just like with everything I do. My man put it to me one time. He was like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Bishop, you don't have the talent to rap. You have God blessed you with the talent to manipulate words." And what that is, that comes and I took that always. It's like the way I speak, my analogies that I use when I'm speaking to folk, like when I like the bridge, I don't burn bridges, I move the tolls over. It's all that is about manipulating the human language and be able to speak and teach people different things. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's just I'm almost like Mark Twain of the, of Durham right now. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
It's like that's what it is. So I'm just able to manipulate the words to
but he can say nigga, okay?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Mark Twain could say it back then too, because you know what I'm saying. That was just going on.
I didn't want to say that, but that's what you do. Like,
that's what he said it like year 5 when they made the shit up. So you know what I'm saying. It was like year 5.
He said it when it was fresh.
When it was fresh, when nigga was fresh, he was like, shit, everybody.
What you say? What that mean?
What does that mean? All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
Shit.
That shit just like, when you first heard Liddy. Like, yo, that shit Liddy. Like, what that mean? All right, shit, we in the city then. We Liddy in the city.
No, that is, bro. That is definitely a dope comparison. So, like, well, when you say, like, the, not just the talent of rap, so you feel like you was hindering yourself, like, trying to manipulate words on a cadence? Because that's basically where the rap was. I was hoping you would say that.
No, I wasn't. It's like this. When he said it, it opened up my eyes, and then it allowed me to realize that I didn't have to pigeonhole myself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what when I was doing the YB Normal situation and everything like that, it was just like I was never born to be normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a normal person. I shouldn't have to carry myself as such. You know what I'm saying? I'm a god about this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think of myself like this. It's like on the level of, you know what I mean? It's like if I was to take my shoes off right now, I float 3 centimeters above the ground, B. You know what I'm saying? Just enough not to touch it. Just enough so it's imperceptible to you, but I know I'm floating. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to levitate. Like if a man walked in here and levitated this far off the ground, he's still levitating. He's doing something you can't do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of carried myself with the Bishop Omega personality. Like, yo, I knew myself early. Like, that's the thing about it. That's trips for most people out. I knew who I was at 16, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It takes some people a lifetime. Take people a lifetime to get to know who they are. And then once you understand who you are, then you understand where your place is in the world and how your energy can disrupt other energies. You know what I'm saying? So again, and once I knew who I was, and I was in high school, in the middle of high school, I said, you know what? I'm not doing this high school stuff. I'm not dressing like these cats. I'm not wearing the same shoes. I ain't getting the same haircuts. I'm not talking to no girls at my school. I don't want none of the pretty girls at my school. I dated a chick at Northern. I was at Jordan. I dated a chick at Northern. Because guess what? I know I like to flirt. And I'm going to flirt with all the fly honeys and all that stuff. But guess what? I'm not smashing none of them. Ain't smashed nothing at Jordan.
I believe what you're saying. I used to tell that to myself. But I just felt like, in retrospect, I just couldn't pull nobody in my high school, so I had to outsource.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
I just had to outsource. That's what I felt like. That's me. That's me personally.
Right.
That's me personally.
But no, what it was, but I was flirting so much, they thought I was smashing a bunch of shit. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying. But again, couldn't nobody say, "Yo, you smashing?" Nope. Nah. I mean, but I knew and that's just one thing about it where I was just like, you know what, push this high school stuff off the table because this ain't the coolest me. This is not going to be the coolest me. This ain't my final form. You know what I'm saying? And now...
You said that about yourself then?
I said that shit about myself then.
That is incredible. Just insight about yourself. Because it's like, I don't know. I look back at that time and I think that, like, even though, like, you are really relatively at, like, one of the later, like, earlier stages in life, it really feel like the end all be all. It might have just been, like... You know what I'm saying, where I was at, and just, you know what I'm saying, that you would see people like like where I was at, you would see people that were in the school like years ago, but like here they are just hanging around, chilling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No diss. You know what I'm saying? I love my hometown to death. Big shots to Yanceyville. But I'm just like, bro, it just felt like the end all, be all, and like it felt like every choice I made might affect me 38 years from now. Like, I don't know.
And I realized,
and it might have been because damn, Varsity Blues might have been one of my favorites.
Right.
And that's exactly what they said. Like, yeah.
And it's like they want you to have the Al Bundy syndrome, right? Like they want you to be.
What is that? That is.
So it's kind of like, you know how Al Bundy was a star running back at Polk High School. He ran. He had a great year and he kept reliving that shit. But he's a shoe salesman now. But he's reliving. His best times was high school. And I realized I never wanted to peak in high school. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I did it. I
like how different generations have different faces to that. Because you think of Al Bundy, I think about Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Right.
Like, that is the exact same thing, the exact same system. Like, all he want to do is talk about him being a star quarterback and doing that shit, and he want to sell, and he want to eat all the Napoleon steaks and sell fucking Tupperware.
Right.
Like, yeah.
That's all he wanted to do.
That is, bro, that's dope.
And it's just, if you watch Hills, it's the same thing with Hills too. It's like, you know what I'm saying, star quarterback never is going to go anywhere. But again, when you put all your life into it, like, I just wasn't a high school dude because, you know what I'm saying, I realized that, oh, y'all so cookie cutter. And then I took that into life. I'm like, nah, like I didn't get into the tropes. I didn't have my first real drink outside of sipping until I was like 19 years old. And we was on a road.
Oh man, you lived great.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't smoke or anything like that because first of all, I thought I was gonna be.
Envy is the word, bro. I wish I would have lived that all the way. Because I was just talking to somebody about being one of them Four Loko kids like at 17, 18, and that was before they got fixed. We stopped drinking them months later. Then they got fixed. Like, we got tired of the broken ones. Like, we was like, bro, this shit too much. We finna chill. You know, months later, like the news come out like.
Four Loko.
Oh, we knew something was wrong with them.
They was in fentanyl. They was dropping fentanyl tablets.
It got to the point we be like, bro, I got two of them. You need two of them? Nah, bro, because two. I mean, I gotta drag you to the back seat, bro. We don't want none of that. Wow. But yeah, man.
That's small town shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes in a small town, y'all ain't got nothing that's better to do. Man. Again, I'm glad I came from a metropolitan situation. I'm glad, like, it's a couple things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my pops had a lot to do with it, too. It's like, you always a leader. And I've always fought against peer pressure, right? If I didn't make the decision, if I don't, like, that's when you get to know yourself. You realize that, nigga, I'm cool without this. And I'm even cooler when I stand above it. Because I never felt uncool not doing shit. I felt that I was like, man, I don't have to do that. Right. I'm still in the same vibe. You still gonna fuck with me. You gotta fuck with me. Who else you gonna fuck with besides Bishop Omega? I'm the best thing smoking. So if you gotta do that, you do that. That's cool. I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? And then thank God that I had homeboys. It was like, all right, cool. And then this was one of those things too, right here. Like cats be rolling weed or whatever, or passing out drinks. Yo, you want a drink? My man's a step for me. Oh no, he don't drink or smoke.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, cool. And when you're
when your vibe good, it don't, like, bro, like, yeah, it don't even matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter at all. Like, that is, bro, that's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So young kids, if you out there, you don't have to smoke or drink. I actually say, yo, wait. Here's Bishop Omega. This is my tool, and this is for all the smokers and everything like that. Wait until you're about 25, 30 years old to start doing drugs. Because drugs are expensive. But when you got disposable income, a little bit of drugs will do you. When you're first getting high, you're not smoking loud. You can smoke Reggie for at least 5-6 years before you need to move to loud. You know what I'm saying? And by the time you hit 70, you could just start experimenting with cocaine. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? At that
Before you
point,
start, Icy, no, I'm not turning my hat forward, bro. I had already put that together about 10 minutes ago. That's why I made a point to not turn my hat forward. So calm down. Tranquilo.
What's wrong?
You can continue with it. I was just saying in the comments, I was like, yeah, bro. I had already thought about it. I was like, bro, so what I can't do is turn my hat forward. He over like, turn your hat forward and see what happened. No.
What happened? What happened with the hat, man?
He said we favor each other.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, right here. He is my. Listen. We look alike. You know what I'm saying?
That one is a
I'm like his. I'm his after picture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Not the after.
I'm his after picture.
After happiness. After peace.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is. It's after like when life crushes you, you get Bishop on it.
When life crushes you and you bounce back better than ever. All right, so look, now we are in the comedy hat.
All right.
So at what point, what event did you realize that like, yo, I can really sling these jokes, like it's beyond like, because there's a difference between the lunch table vibe and actually monetizing your like your setup, your presentation, actually hitting the punchline, actually like feeling off of the crowd,
yes,
like
sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been like an admirer of stand-up comedy since I was a kid, like, you know what I'm saying, way too young to be watching Comic View, but still, you know what I'm saying, like, that's why I'm so proud of like people like, you know what I'm saying, like Deion Cole. I remember him from like the Notepad jokes, all the way to the Old Spice commercial.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know what I'm saying, so it's just like, that is definitely a craft that like I didn't personally see myself in, but I always had an admiration for. I was always like one of those loyal spectators. So like, what was like the event or the process that got you into the point you was like, yo, I can really sling these jokes?
I mean, because you know, I had people always say, yo, Bishop, you funny, boy, you should do stand up, and you know.
And there's a good amount of people that get told that they get out on that stage and they find out they are not funny. Not as funny as they thought they were. Like, nah, they are not funny.
They're not funny because because I always thought I was I thought I was always a situational funny. Like, so it's like, you know.
I heard Anthony Anderson say that one time, like, I'm funny sometimes.
Right.
When he was promoting, like, I think the King's Ransom movie, and I was like, yo, that makes sense.
I mean, it's so, because being able to be quick with it and talk shit around your boys and all that shit, and even do off the cuff stuff on stage, right? It's cool, right? But then when you actually do comedy, it's a science behind it, and I respected that shit to the fullest. Like, oh no, because I looked up how to be a comedian. What do you have to do? And it's the setup, it's the punchline, it's your bridges, it's your.
See, my overthinking self would never even type that into the search bar.
Yeah.
How to be a comedian.
Yeah, or how to tell a joke, how to structure a joke. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what type of comedian do you want to be? You know what I mean? Because it's not this. It's different comedians. Do you want to be an insult comedian? You want to be a retrospective comedian? You want to be an introspective comedian? Do you want to be like Seinfeld? Do you want to be like Kevin Hart? You want to be Louis Black? You want to be angry? You want to be sad? You want to be stupid? You want to be black? You want to be Dave Chappelle? You want to be brilliant? You want to be a storyteller? So all these type of comedians, right? If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Some comedian like Dave Chappelle's a great storyteller.
And this is crazy as you like explaining them in my head. I'm like, of course there are names for these different types of comedians.
Right.
But in my mind, I was like, that's just a different style. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never give rap certain styles, you know what I'm saying, different cadences of how people flow.
Right.
Because that's just you know what I'm saying, you never give like people certain games when they play ball. Like everybody just bring their game to the court. Everybody just bring their flow.
But you do though. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, even with ball, you got your stretch fours. You got
that's like the positions.
Yeah,
like,
you got positions.
Like, but you got people like that kind of got like a certain style by how they play. Like that's what that's what I feel like you were naming. Like that's their style.
That's their style of comedy. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying. Like you never hear like of course like there's a style of rapping, but it's always based off like another person or like something different. But it's just like to hear like that there are styles of comedies. And there are names for them, like that's
and it's the mesh of them too. Like you could be all of those in once. You know what I'm saying, in the same comedian. So again, at Sunday night sessions, somebody said, "Yo, Bishop, you are hilarious. You should come down and do type comedy. It's over across the street. It's on another day." I go out to Chapel anyway. Let me go ahead and try it out. So I hit the mic because I had already done spoken word. You know what I'm saying? You know, and spoken word is just kind of just like the cousin of rap. So I already know how to do the cadence and all that stuff. And it's and I'm already used to not performing without music. You know what I'm saying? In a quiet room. Because that's what spoken word is. So, and because even with hosting, I got music behind me, I got the crowd behind me. It's already a different vibe. Right. So the spoken word would kind of prevent me from coming into a cold room and comedy in a dark, cold room, and there's no lights, there's no flare, it's just boom, right? So I did it. I did it a couple of months or whatever. Shout out to White Owl. White Owl told me one night, man, I was in there just bombing, and I was just kept going and pushing and pushing. And she was like, "Yo, I respect the fact that you pushed through your whole set, but sometimes you can't hold comedy hostage. You gotta say what you gonna say and get the hell off the stage, and you gotta get to the funny." And that's what I learned. It's not being so long with it. Get to the funny.
Is that your most memorable bomb story?
Yo,
I didn't
shit.
think about asking you that because I
bombed, but shit, I used to bomb at the house. Like I still to this day do not think I've ever had a dope, clean set at the house. Like I've had solid sets, but I've never had the best set of my life at the house. So it's been plenty of times I bombed. And you know what I mean? I bombed at Zydeco's one time. You know what I'm saying? Running around. My man DT had to save us or whatever. They just wasn't listening to us. And that's when I was a baby comic. You know what I mean? But long story short, go down there one night. And this night I'm happy. Everything I'm working is killing. All the jokes that I've written are killing. You know what I mean? I got my little set. Boom. And the dude was like, "Yo, man, you hilarious. Yo, we're doing a comedy show. We're putting in a comedy show. It's going to be at like Armory or the Millennium Hotel or something like that. We can do $200 for 20 minutes. And I said, "Yeah, normally I charge more."
That's what you said.
That's what I said. Normally I charge more, but yeah, I could do that. And my mind, though, Rich, I'm like, "Yo, you know how much that shit is an hour?" So, boom. So, 3 months into me doing comedy, I was a paid comedian. And
Lena Jackson asked, "Do you cry tears of butterscotch when you bomb?"
No, I don't. Sometimes, you know what I do? I do this Patrice O'Neal.
I'm mad as soon as I said Lena asked the question, you grabbed your drink.
Oh, yeah, because she stresses me out. She stresses me out. She stresses me out. Oh, my God. Like, for real, man. Like, for real. Like,
it's like as soon as I said it, I seen her arm reach up.
Like, the only time I've been nice to Lena is when she was pregnant, man, with Mikey, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she was pregnant. But, man, I can't. Because I didn't want the negative energy that we feel against each other.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying? But right now, she ain't pregnant, man. You know what I'm saying? I support the shit out of her and I hate her at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You cry tears of butterscotch. But no, what I actually do, but no, realize Lena's my sister. I love her to death. But what I try to do, I try to bomb all the way. I try to bomb all the way. I just like, fuck it. I just throw anything. Then I start saying shit, working jokes in to see if I could get the crowd back. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. Let's try to get the crowd back. My most memorable bomb was when I did a show with Darren Brand and Chico Bean. And I didn't do well. You know what I'm saying? Man. I did a show with Darren Brand and Jay Gunn put me onto the shit. Jay Gunn called it in, boom, and said, "Hey, yo, my man Brand gonna put you on the joint." And I went there, fuck it. And then, yo, I bombed fucking around with, well, I was doing well on the Hannibal Burr show. Fonte called that shit in for me. Again, I'm not name dropping. These niggas is my friends. So Fonte was like, "Yo, Bishop, Hannibal Burr's about to do a show." He was out looking for somebody to open up for him. And I said, "You do comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know what I'm saying? I hadn't done comedy in probably like 6 months, hard body. And I came out and did well. And then, you know what I'm saying, in the crowd, I said some shit and the fucking, I lost the crowd or whatever. So,
now,
but
word to Kanye, I'm gonna let you finish. If there are any friends out there that just like calling people when there are just opportunities afoot.
It's relationships, man.
Please, like, bruh, I just heard about 3-4 calls, like, just
random calls, man. That's how it happened.
Like, hey, someone's like, bro, that's all it takes. Now, look, I know I be having my moonlight on, but it's just like, trust me, if you call and leave a message, if you call twice, I know it's important. If you call twice, it's gonna ring all the way through. But like, yes, anybody out there with them, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Tay called me, man. I was like, what the fuck? Look, and I looked at my phone. I was like, why is Fonte calling me? You know what I'm saying? Like, first I was like this. What I do? It was like it's like how Nori talk about the Jay-Z call. I was like, damn, what the fuck I do this Fonte? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he calling me and shit, right? But he's like, yo, Bishop, da-da-da, because I missed the call first. And then he was like, yo, Bishop, come out the joint. But yeah, so I did the first half. But again, that's why I go back to people all the time to get the opportunities and stuff like that. Build relationships. Build relationships because you never know when the relationships are going to be fruitful.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And you build relationships not realizing they're going to be fruitful. Because guess what? When I was chilling with Jay, and I was chilling with Fonte, and I was chilling with Pooh, and I was hanging with Talib and all that shit, guess what? I didn't know I was going to do a show with these cats hosting, opening up for Royce 5'9". I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, I was going to be on the first Art of Cool, you know what I'm saying, when the Art of Cool dropped, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know, like, so it's just about being a good person, just being available, and people say, hey, yo, bitch, can you do it? Yeah, I come out and do it. And then I do well, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. But what was I talking about before, like the bomb and shit? But yeah, so I started doing that shit. Comedy paid. Then I was like, I'm going to take it serious and start going to Charlie Goodnight.
You turned the bomb story into a humble brag. You're good.
I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm okay. I mean, you gonna bomb. You have to
just
bomb.
Like the way you just flipped it right here into like 38 humble flexes. Like that was. You
have to bomb, man.
That was boy.
Because bombing ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Because here's the shit, Rich. When you do comedy, what's gonna work? Like I'm telling you this right here. Your set will work in 5 rooms. The 6th room, nobody's gonna get your shit.
Yeah.
It's just depending on the crowd. And it's the same set. You're not doing nothing different.
Punching them all the way through.
And they're just not going to get you. So, and it's just like, but again, even if the whole crowd don't get you, I guarantee 4 or 5 people are coming to me like, man, I don't know what they were tripping about, man. You were the funniest motherfucker. Because now, this is when you build your crowd. This is why Kevin Hart can sell out stadiums and people say they don't think Kevin Hart's funny. He's not your brand of comedy. You know what I'm saying? He's not your brand of comedy. And that's what it is. Comedy is art. It's subjective. So it's like this. At the end of the day, it's hosting. It's art. It's subjective. Like, I'm not some people's favorite. Some people probably don't like me on stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. But it's some people that don't get it. Or won't do that shit because I done said something a little bit too offensive or whatever, right? They won't fuck with me. That's fine.
I like the offensive stuff too. Like,
right.
like I remember I was watching Corey Holcomb. And I remember Corey Holcomb. Like, bro, he gonna be, you know what I'm saying, is you know what I'm saying, offensive he can be.
Right.
The best, like the most memorable moment for me at a comedy show was when I seen him fuck up a whole Valentine's Day date. Literally cattle corner to me, like, and I got to see John Witherspoon that night.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Like, for real, like, and he did some old man shit. Like, they were flashing the light on him that, like, he was not coming back. He was slinging jokes. I was like, oh shit, like, for real. Like, he was like, oh damn, they giving me the light. I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, already did some extra time, but damn. So like, bro, he like Corey was slinging some jokes and like, you know, just being him. Like like I said, I've been watching this shit since I was a kid, so I know all the jokes that he gonna do.
Right.
Damn, he was like, I know I got some people mad in here, and I just see this couple, like I said, mind you, this is a Valentine's Day show. The woman, like, kind of go just like upset. Wow. I see the dude kind of slump over to his side like this, like, oh no, yo, I got to see it live. Like, what? That is, bro. Like, sometimes I don't know, bro. Like, if you design your craft around pissing people off, like. That, I don't know, sometimes that shit kind of dope to me when you piss the right ones off. Because now they done showed their true colors. Like, you the ones I was supposed to piss off because you ain't even thinking right. Like, so it's just like, that is cool.
Now, when a hit dog holler, boy, is crazy. It's a crazy situation, man.
So, well, big shouts to My Styles tuning in. Big
what up, My Styles?
Boogie tuning in. So, Lena Jackson said, if you know what I'm saying, do I need to pour a shot before I say this one?
Okay, go ahead.
No, she was like, real talk though, I've never seen you do badly at a show, so bombing had to be rare, even for a light-skinned comedian.
Listen, see, Lena Jackson, back in the days of Mark Twain, Lena Jackson would definitely work on the porch.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's light-skinned enough to work in the house, but her attitude.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They would just tie her up on the porch.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh. You just opened up a whole...
There it is, right there. Colorism at its best. Khaki color killers.
Like, you just, bro, that just opened up a whole perspective, yo. Who in the hell back then talked they shit out the house?
Out the house. They like, yo, we can't fuck Lena. You know what I'm saying? Take her ass out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Like, they were already the paper bag, so it's just like, we'll see how you work in the house. But
that's what it is, man.
Motherfucker was like, fuck all this shit, god damn it, motherfucker. And you know what? You be out there picking.
But I'm gonna tell you, every race that Lena could play in a movie, she could play Dominican, she could play Puerto Rican, she could play Albanian, Lebanese. And if you put the right eye makeup in it, she could play Filipino. You know what I'm saying?
Eye makeup.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Lena Jackson, she's whatever Vin Diesel is.
She's family.
She's family. Buy Lena's album, man. Buy Lena's album, please.
She instantly replied and said, I'm not light skinned, I'm cinnamon bronze.
Shit.
I mean, cinnamon bronze?
No.
That sound like you had to lighten up the bronze.
Listen, Lena color is pea color. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is, pea color.
Look, I was just making an observation. I don't need you coming on the show. Like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I say the right jokes to not get hit.
This right here is Lena Jackson's color right here. There it is right there.
So she's Reposado?
She's Reposado
oh
tequila.
Oh my gosh, you just opened up a whole nother thing, bro. Like, I'm not light skinned, I'm Reposado.
I'm Reposado.
Alright, hey, move it on. Now, as it's kind of crazy asking somebody of many hats this, but is there a lane that you haven't quite looked into that holds your interest? Like, maybe you'll kind of swerve into it at some point, but it definitely, like, you have your sights on like a lane like outside of what you've already done.
I want to write and direct videos. I think I have a great vision and idea for that. You know, like, I can listen to music and I can, like, if you play me a song, I could probably do a treatment in about like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Depending if the song hits me. I want to probably do like a one-man show, like where it encompasses a little bit of rap, a little bit of self-help, and you know what I'm saying, like a Bishop Omega one-man show, kind of tell my story.
That is so dope.
And I think I could do that shit just and freestyle it. I also want to do the hosting classes. Again, I want to bring those back out so I could teach people how to actually host, because it's a formula to hosting, and it's a formula to being a successful host, and it's a formula to being a successful host with longevity. And I think I have that formula through trial and error and everything like that. And then I'm the type of person I want to give cats game that I didn't have, because it wasn't nobody. It's like this. Before it was me, it wasn't no Bishop Omega, man.
That's true.
There ain't one. I feel like Rocket the Raccoon. Ain't no thing but me. And it's like this. And if I could do what I'm doing right now and consistently do it for as long as I've done it, I've been a host longer than some cats' rap careers. It's cats right now that's not even rapping.
Not even rapping.
When I started hosting.
When you started hosting. That is real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or start doing music. So with that being said, if I outlasted, I've been on, man, I get booked every year, bro.
Like I said, hosting with longevity is crazy, because I hosted a contest, had niggas mad that they lost at the contest and they still had to sit through the show. Then I got cussed out at the album release, and I wanted to stop doing that shit forever. I was like, don't ask me to hold no mic up at no event. Yeah. I was, bruh.
A dude told me one time he was gonna smack me, and I wasn't even hosting.
Over hosting? Oh,
I was judging. I was judging a show, and I told that motherfucker this right here.
Lena said you sweet mellow yellow, by the way.
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the Mountain Dew cooked in the griddle. You know what I'm saying? That's what color she is. She's my. You know, Lena Jackson always smells good, man. She smells like Newports and sandalwood all the time. You know what I'm saying? She smells like how the 80s smell. Like, it's always a little bit of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Shout out to the setup, though. Because I thought you were really finna give us some flowers.
No. Never. Never. See, because Lena see, said what it is. Lena is messed. Stop picking on me, Lena. That's what she's doing. Wow. Lena, for real. And guess what? Y'all can't talk to Lena like that, because you know what I'm saying? I'll get super mad. You know what I'm saying? That's my sis.
Yeah, right.
I love
her. Only
family could do that shit.
That's true shit.
I'll throw you off the stage.
But it was like the setup, like, That is crazy. Like, that's how you do it?
That's
like,
how you do it. You gotta. So it's kind of like
this. Is
this.
that your sauce? Like,
I'm gonna tell you this right here. So sometimes you gotta walk them and then turn left real quick, and that's all you have to do. Like,
I seen it happen in a movie one time. Like, it was like a Tarantino movie, like where the nigga had like it was the nigga from Sky High, the Disney movie. He had that weird ass car, and Shorty was like, "Well, I go right up." Damn, we was finna have a safe night, but I actually need to go left.
Right.
Like,
boom.
Tequila.
Walk them through it.
Walk them through it. But that was crazy. Like, bro, because I was like, oh damn. I was like, yeah, that is a good compliment to have. And then it was like, oh wow.
Well, I like the smell of Newports and sandalwood.
Not the smoking section at McDonald's. That's crazy.
Only woman that I know could wear Brute like she do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Brute is, bro. I didn't say nothing because I would like to have you as a guest.
Shout out to Lena smelling like Brute.
Oh my god.
What'd she say? Did she say anything? Shit, I hate you.
Yeah. Damn. Shout out to Monster. He said light skin mad is a different mad.
Hey man, it's awesome, man. It's the best. It's the best.
Now, whenever you do, we gotta get it back to work. Mm-hmm. So whenever you do, regardless of whatever hat you have on, whether you rapping, whether you hosting, whether it's just like, you know what I'm saying, you got a type 5 at a club, like, you know what I'm saying, what would you like to leave with people regardless of all that whenever you leave the area? Like, what energy would you like to linger?
I just want people to like to make sure they had a good time, right? I like to leave, especially when I'm hosting, no matter what's going on behind the scenes or anything like that. I want you to leave and be like, you know what, that was a good show. And if I had the tiniest bit to do with that, you know, if it was the DJ broke down and then I came in and made you laugh for those 10 minutes that the DJ broke down, or you needed me to push it, and I kept you entertained for just that amount of time, because to get you back to the entertainment that you paid for, because y'all don't come to shows, y'all don't pay me to see me. No crowd has paid Bishop Omega to come see, right? You know what I mean? I know people that come to shows that said, you know, I came because you were on a flyer. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I mean, I was gonna have a good time. But the general public, they come to see the people. And if I'm there just to make sure you're lubricated between two acts, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm here for. I'm just your lubrication, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just signing in, like, yeah. Make sure you can slide right in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm trying to do. So that's all I want to do, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I just want motherfuckers to understand that, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best motherfucking host that has ever lived and probably will be. And they don't make nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm not afraid to say it. I've been doing it for way too long. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old to be humble. You know what I'm saying? And all that humble shit goes away because you get overlooked.
Too old to be humble. Still implementing you putting on.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright, we putting it on a shirt. Shout out to Ari Quinn.
Too old to be humble. Right? Yeah. I only want 15% off the proceeds, and a couple of extra larges.
0.75 and one extra large.
0.75 and one extra large.
1.7.
Then you gotta give me a case. Then you know what I'm saying. If you can give me 7.5, you gotta give me a case for free.
A case of teleport, I got you.
No, not a case of teleport. I want the t-shirts, man. I need a merch deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need a merch deal. Y'all gotta set at the table. You know, ain't gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll tell you what. This right here. You gonna pay me? I'm gonna tell you this
I'm
right
just
here.
cracking jokes, but no cap.
I'm gonna tell you this right here. You gonna pay me. I got a certain rate. If I say my money, I'm gonna get to that money. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to it. I don't care if we got to do it dollar for dollar. We gonna get to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Give me $500 a year until we make that $1,500. I appreciate.
He gonna let you hear half the joke. You can hear the other half when, you know what I'm saying, you get to a certain
get to my Patreon. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to subscribe to my Patreon to get the rest of the joke.
But wow, that is another good question. This is a good shot topics episode, y'all. So, as far as, like, the new generation of content creating, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've even dabbled into it myself for, like, reaction videos and even, like, panel type of shows. Make sure you tune into Nat's Law on opposite Wednesdays of Shot Topics. So, have you had to make any adjustments? Or, like, have, like, you've just been your, like, the same self and you've just, you know what I'm saying, like, I guess technically adapted to it by, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe certain reels, maybe certain videos, and then, like, monetizing it that way. Like,
I mean, like, true story, man, as I have not ever monetized off of social media yet. You know, I'm late to the game.
Well, when I say monetize, I don't mean like, you know what I'm saying, like, because that is something like, you know what I'm saying, right. People like myself like are still striving for, but like more so like you made sure that like, you know what I'm saying, like you kind of like branded yourself and like you've rationed out yourself to enough like where if you want this much, all right, bet, book me for a show or some type of thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, when you're doing it this long, when you've done it this long, and you know what I'm saying, it's like this, man. Like I can do right. I could go on my phone right now and I post all my flyers up, and I do this right. Like I just posted all my flyers this year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. We're only halfway through the year. I'm working, bro. So it's like this, and sometimes you just gotta show your work.
Big one on the way. Big shouts to Raleigh World.
Yeah.
I got them questions coming. Give me a second. We just talking shit.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Raleigh World for wanting me to do it this year. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it last year, so I made sure that I got into it this year. But yeah, man, it's like this. You start doing festivals, bro, and it's like this. Like yeah. I've done every festival, bro. I've done Durham Hip Hop Summit. First one. Fourth one. You dig what I'm saying? Both of those. Art of Cool. Year 1, year 2, 4. Then came back, I think it was year 5 with Kazi on the joint. 8 years with Beats and Bars. You know what I'm saying? 8 years with Beats and Bars. Shrimp and Grits Festival. Hillmatic. 2 years for Hill. So it's like this. I can go into the shit. I rock festivals, bro. Y'all still doing open mics, B. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Well, hold on, man. The grind is still the grind. You know,
grind is still the grind.
I felt a little. I felt touched when
you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all still, but no. And guess what? And I'm doing no love. And guess what? I'm doing no love open mic because guess what? And I go back to relationships. Keep going back to relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because Alicia, if I didn't know Alicia from doing poetry and just taking her and just being like, hey, little sis, you my home girl. I didn't know she was gonna rap and have her want to do her own open mic. And guess what? I said one day on Facebook, hey man, I miss doing open mics. I want to come back out and do an open mic. I like that energy. And you know what she said? Hey Bishop, will you come out and do my open mic? I said sure.
So you humble bragging too much. The judges, I'm not going to show you the comment, but the judges said that we got to take a whole double shot. So yeah, this is to the humble brag.
I'm not humble bragging.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely out here with my chest out bragging. You know what I'm saying? These ain't humble brags.
I'm sure you are a gem during interviews. Right? So yeah, but damn. I'm just want to say, like, bro, I'm just glad that you, like, bro, that you even sitting right here. That I'm even be able to sit, like, right here, even able to talk to you, like, bro, like you said, like the open mics, like, bro, I was like when you sit down, you was doing the open mics for Alicia. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna come through because it's just like I want to take notes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, look into different lanes, like, and I was like, so why not look at the best doing it? Why not look at the motherfucker that was totally roasting this nigga but could have stole off on him at any time he wanted to at that World War IV shit? That's the motherfucker I want to see how, like, rock a crowd, because goddamn, like, that's same type time I be on. I'm gonna roast you, but it's just like, hey bro, stay over there, type shit. So it's just like, yo, I fuck with that.
It's one of those things. It's like this. Like I'm like, I think did this at the Cypher one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have a real problem because I've always small, but you know, I've always been a small dude, and I don't like anyone touching my pockets, right? And I shut the Cypher down. I told homie, I was like, yo, and Jerusalem can back me up on this shit. I was like, hey, yo, man, we don't do that over here.
Like physically patting your
pockets?
He
was talking junk. Yeah, I mean, he was bad, and I said, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say to me. Just don't touch my pockets. We don't do that here.
Like, don't touch me. I don't understand.
We
like,
don't do that.
Like,
I mean, no, this right here, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? That I said, but
I mean, but yeah, if you like in that, like me, I'm just like I don't like people. He like people.
Right, I like people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't like people.
But it is, and it's kind of the same thing. When you set your boundary, and it's just like you just got to tell cats where you want to be. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, my man, stop. We're not doing that right now. Now, you know what I'm saying? If you still want to play the game, I'm gonna play the game with you, because again, it's about entertainment, and then it's not about being a tough guy role, right? Because again, you're putting yourself in this situation. And I actually, after the joint or whatever, homeboy dropped his hat. I actually found his hat and gave it back to him and spoke to him. And I was like, my man's. He's like, yo, I'm the best rapper in here. And I told him this. I said, do you know how I know you're not the best rapper? Do you want to know how I know you're not the best rapper in the building? Because you don't even know how a show is structured. Because if you're walking into a show that's already structured, then you know you cannot just get on stage. You've never performed before. You haven't performed. Because guess what? You don't know show etiquette. You know what I'm saying? No. Guess what? I could tell you this right here. Ladies and gentlemen. I rap better than 90% of you motherfuckers that rap right now. I can motherfucking tell it right now. But guess what?
92.7.
But guess what I won't do? I won't come to your show and tell motherfuckers that shit. Because I know show etiquette. Because guess what? When it's your show, you supposed to be the damn superstar. And I'm going to make sure that, guess what? I don't care if I don't motherfucking like not one lyric, you song, whatever. If I like you as a person, guess what? When I bring you on stage, I'm going to talk my shit. But guess what? I'm going to make sure your crowd is where it needs to be before you show them. Because guess what? It's motherfuckers in that crowd that's going to like you. And it's motherfuckers that came to see you. And then again, it's about that show structure, and I was like, "That's how I know."
And it's also people that came to see you,
right?
And it's just like they don't want to see you in that catty ass light, like,
nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
But and again, I don't want to do this right here. I don't want to be like, "Yo, I really don't like Rich," and then the cast that came see me is always gonna be like, and they could have enjoyed your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, again, yo, Bishop, you fuck with his music like that? Not really. But guess what? Y'all want to know that.
See, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't even think about the haters because it's fuck them. I'm thinking about more so like the people that came to support you, and then they see you like stooping down to somebody's level.
When it is, it's cool.
You, like,
it's a cool. It's one thing that's right here. When you hosting and all that shit, you the leader.
Clientele. I ain't seen you in like 30 years. What's goody?
What up? Oh, DJ Clientele, man! Yeah. Shout out to Clientele. He moved away from us and got rich.
Right.
I remember one day I was in Chapel Hill. Clientele told me, "Man, this is my last show. I'm packing this up and I'm moving to Madagascar."
Well, I got a little, bro. He got a little, bro. I hit Clientele a little, bro. Yeah, somebody else hit me like, bro. Clientele City, you ain't hit him. Like, wait a minute.
Shout out to DJ Clientele. That's my man, yo. That's my man.
Yo, but damn, like, yo, though, like, I want to, bro, yo, fuck the haters, bro, because niggas gonna hate regardless.
Right.
Like, bro, like, people are gonna find something wrong with you if they already got a certain.
But see, but what I'm saying, and it's not even about the haters. It's about allowing me to allow you to get fans, right? Because you take a chance on me as a host, and I'm coming to a place like OC from NC. He's like, yo, he likes me as a host. He invited me to the Shrimp and Grits. Like, yo, Bishop, come out and do my show.
I want to talk about the Shrimp and Grits too. Like, yeah,
come out to my show, right, and host for me, cause I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Some of the niggas from Burlington fuck with you. They want to see you out. And now I got connects in Greensboro.
Big shouts to Burlington.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Goat Factory. You know what I'm saying? Burlington Goat Factory. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he allowed me to come out, and I did a good job. And it's like this, and that's all about just giving a cat a chance. Like, yo, I need my people to see what you do. So, and everything like that. And again, when I host or whatever, I don't care if I don't mess with the music hard-bodied like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good person, and you strive and you trying to get your shit, it doesn't matter what my personal preference is. If you say, Bishop, yo, I need you to host my mixtape party, and it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that shit, and all you doing is doing stream music and Kenyan flutes, and you doing a sing-songy, throaty tunes, and that's your rap style now, and it's, you know what I'm saying, and you on mushrooms and shit, I might not dig that vibe, but if you want me to come out, I'm in your vibe, and we gonna make sure that shit is the best vibe on my host's side to make sure the crowd is lubricated for you to come out and do your motherfucking songs and shit. You know what I'm saying? You take your shoes off and burn incense and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Lubricated. That's an adjective right
shit,
there.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, especially if you hosting like it, if nothing else, it's a professional courtesy. Like,
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whether or not I got paid for it, I'm on the clock. Who am I to bad mouth you on the clock? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Never gonna do that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
On purpose.
All the ones that was getting hoes at the call center, you know, you can't really talk so much shit on the call. So it's just like you gotta treat it like that. That's just real shit.
Shout out the hoes at the call center.
Hmm. Oh yeah, bro, yeah, shout, bro, yeah. I see, bro, that it was the quiet shout out. Wait a minute,
Yo,
like, bro,
shout out to the hold the calls.
that is.
You was the hold the call center. Yo. I think every if you a dude and you worked at the call center, you was a hoe. As simple as that. Fucking thoughts.
There are amendments. I think that the fifth one.
The Fifth Amendment.
Let's talk about the fifth one. I think, you know what I'm saying. You know, I might, you know, what's that word? Plead. Yeah, I'm gonna think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk. Yeah. Anyway, moving forward.
Yes, sir.
So, what's next? What's immediately next? Matter of fact, I actually know one thing that's next.
Yes, sir.
Now you mentioned that you were thought of to do Raleigh World last year but didn't do it, but now we get you this year.
Yeah.
Like we get the privilege to get to kicking it with you out on that good line this year.
Sir.
Like run us through that process. Like, you know what I'm saying, like you were like did they you know what I'm saying, big shots to Dia and Laylux Prince, you know what I'm saying, like and collab Raleigh, like did they reached out last year? Was it a scheduling conflict or like?
Yeah, it was the anniversary. It was the weekend of my anniversary and shit. So you know what I'm saying. So I couldn't do that. But they moved it. They moved it back. So you know what I'm saying. Moved it back in September.
Happy belated, because I think the last Raleigh World was a couple weekends ago. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, definitely happy belated.
Yeah. So yeah. I wanted to do it or whatever, and realized that it was on my joint, and Bugs got mad at me and shit. She's like, "You knew that shit." I was like, "I'm my bad," you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, they wanted me to be there last year, and I wanted to be a part of it, you know.
I hear what you're saying.
And yeah, so it's like this because I love coming on shit, like coming on shit. Nah, pause. But you know what I'm saying, I like being the host of the first shit ever. You know what I'm saying? I like being an inaugural nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I never know where it's gonna be, and I can always say, you can't take that from me. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that from me.
It goes back to Steve Harvey and Cedric hosting the first BET Awards.
Yeah, it's like,
and I remember that joke where they were talking about, like, I don't know who had the opening act, but it was like Foam, and I remember saying, it was like, bro, you know what I'm saying, regular niggas just like, bro, had a car, got there, hey man, floor it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it was just, so yeah, I definitely get that.
Yeah, man.
My styles.
What's up?
I'm gonna say this. I guess you don't. He said. My styles. His views don't express the Richie Nelson Bishop or Four Phones as a staff record label or crew. The comment says, and I quote, "I paid for so many abortions working at a call center." Y'all,
you nasty boy, you.
He said it in the comments. I feel like he wanted to say it all out, but we had to make sure we PR proofed it.
Man, please.
You know, we had to damn bubble boy that shit. We
had to make sure listen.
Make sure we signed off on all the disclaimers.
My guy.
Hey, you see how I tiptoed in the word?
Yeah, you walked into it.
You don't want to bust up in the room with that word like blah. Like, no, you had to. Y'all hear?
My man said, you know what I mean? Nah, shout out to my
big shouts to my styles. Now,
it's my guy.
Now after
okay.
I'm pretty sure you excited about Raleigh World because we're excited about you having Raleigh World now. But after Raleigh World, is there anything that you are that you personally planning, or that you are personally excited about?
I'm actually I got a play coming up that I'm gonna be in. I'm playing Uncle. You know I'm in a movie too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a movie and shit.
He's humble brags. Like I said, he just he be at the interviews going crazy. No,
he said at the interviews going crazy. But yeah, I got a dope ass play coming out. My homegirl Kenita put it together. It's about the life of her and passing of her son. It's called Invisible Part 2. A Love to Die For. I'm playing the comic relief Uncle Leroy in that joint. So that's going to be coming on October the 15th. It's a Sunday. 2 shows, one at 3 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock. So it's $30 on the ticket. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come out and support that joint. It's going to talk about her son Mike, little Mike. He passed away from gunfire or whatever while he was visiting his father and just visiting his dad on a weekend. Like his pops supposed to get him in, Durham streets. Happened to take this young man. He was doing good or whatever. So it talks about him, kind of how he progressed through bullying and all that stuff, and he was ready to go. It was
kind of like a crossfire situation.
I don't know if they were targeting him. I don't, and you're not.
Either way, it's a good story to tell.
It's a tragic story, but it's a good story. The play, like I said, even though it's based on his life, it celebrates Mike. You know what I'm saying? Because like I knew the young man because I was in another one of her plays, so I got to spend some time with him. And he was on his anti-bullying stuff then, like trying to move past it. So he was, when he was 13, 14 years old, you know what I mean? When I was in the other play, he was a good kid or whatever. So God rest his soul, man. And so I'm going to be in that play. I'm happy to do it or whatever. And as Kenny being my friend all the way back from Jack Sprat, she used to come out with her daughter. And when her daughter was dating one of the rappers there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Her baby father.
I heard that. Yeah. I said that earlier.
Yeah. Sunday night sessions, Jack Sprats all day, you know what I'm saying? So, now, again, relationships, man.
No, that is definitely the play that you're going to be in. It sounds like there's definitely going to be a good message behind that. Now, 2 questions I have regarding that. One, big shouts to Dez in here, you know what I'm saying? Now, as far as, like, the different hats that you have, like, it's... Now with time management, I know I got a couple of different hats, and like at times time management is an issue. Mm-hmm. How do you manage the time between the different hats that you have? Now I know that you may not do music as much, but you know what I'm saying, you're a whole parent, right? You know what I'm saying, so we're just gonna switch those hats around. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, and you know what I'm saying, with the parenting it's way more, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's more that you put in as far as like, anything that you're doing with music. So it's just like, how do you find time to manage the different hats throughout, like, not even a day, but like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just on like a regular basis.
Don't do it alone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Big shout out to her because a lot of shit I'm moving around when I'm out in these streets, she allowed me to do it, B. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell y'all this right here, fellas, women out there, if you got a dream and you out here doing it in this industry or whatever, you cannot have a motherfucker that's holding you back. Cause I tell you like this dream was here before you, it's gonna be here during you, and damn it, it's gonna be here after you. This is a staple. So you come with this dream. You know what I'm saying? The dream comes with me. I don't stop. And you know what I'm saying? My wife cool about it. All right. She only like my comedy, yo. She like, hey, all right. You can tell you, look. She come I've seen my wife work the door at one of my shows and laugh at every other nigga joke besides mine. You know what I'm saying? Cause she's immune to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she like, all right, whatever. Like she don't think I'm funny. But support, man. Like you don't have to think I'm funny, but you see me out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo. Like, you don't like this shit? Like, nah, I don't think he's funny. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, again, I'm not her breed of comedy. I'm not her type of comedy.
I just want to say personally, that would hurt my feelings.
Nah, it doesn't.
That would. You know what, man? My old lady don't like it.
I'm unshakable. What it is like right here because guess what? It's because of what I do. I weigh it against the people. One person's opinion is not more important than everybody else's. Right. So if I got like I tell people all the time, even with people's self-esteem, like I have, when it comes down to your self-esteem, and you know what I'm saying, I've had female friends and everything like that, be like, when you like you're beautiful, they're like, you really think I'm beautiful? If 15 people are telling you you're beautiful, and one person is telling you you're not, why would you gravitate to that one person opinion?
That's true shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the 9 out of 10 rule, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me no, because I'm going to tell you this right here, and this is going forward. I'm giving y'all some relationship advice too, and this is for whatever you do, and this is for everybody. If you into something, you do not have to change yourself. You just got to do the 9 out of 10 rule. 9 people are going to tell you no.
We need that must be nice music in the background.
You know what I'm saying? 9 people are going to tell you no. But you're only looking for that one yes. Right? So, you know what I'm saying? If you like bananas like Lizzo, you know what I'm saying? You like, yo, I want a banana daiquiri. 9 women is going to tell you no, Rich. Like, nah, we're not going to do banana. But that one is going to be doing it. And you got your person. So that's all you got to do, man. It's a billion people in the world, man. Get your person. But yeah, that's all it is, man. But to go back to your thing, the juggler, I I've been doing it so long that it makes it easy, right? Because I do have my laws and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was one time, man, I was hosting like maybe almost 15 times a month. You know what I'm saying? Like really, it was like I was doing 2 times a week, 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And everywhere I was doing a bunch of shit.
That's what's up though. Like that's good work.
It's good work. But I was like, I wish I was getting paid then. When I was getting paid now, we'd be talking different. You know what I'm saying? That's back in the days when I was doing $40 shows. I was doing gas money shows.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, 15 a week the 15 a month make more sense.
It make more sense when you out there. But again, I was in high demand and shit because I was doing everything right. But I was getting booked. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5, 6, 7 shows a month. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my biggest one, a couple of months was like 15 shows, along with hosting.
That's extra 600 though. Like that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell the IRS. But yeah, man, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, so I was out there a bunch or whatever, but it's easier now because, you know what I'm saying, now I do big shit. It's, you know what I'm saying, I say, okay, I do this once a month. I had Intelligently Ratchet for a while, so that moved things, moved the needle a little bit, kept the relevancy going on.
That shit is a vibe.
Yeah, it was. We shut it down. So shout out to the retirement of Intelligently Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? But
y'all can bring all that energy over to Wednesdays at 4 Phones with
please,
That's Law
please
and Shot
come.
Topics.
Like yo,
the
come.
whole Intelligently Ratchet crowd just need to come here.
I want.
You know, if y'all want them on the panel, just let me know. Just
throw me on.
Just send it like, hey man, put Bishop on there, it'd be all right.
Listen,
like that's all it would take. I'm just, you know.
Let me come every other.
I'm just saying I don't got a lot of pull. I'm just saying if I pull a little bit, a lot can happen. You know.
You want me on this panel because y'all be talking that shit, man. So you know what I'm saying.
You see him here. You know what I'm saying.
I'm here, man.
This was an ask. You know what I'm saying. So that just let me know how big my ass.
Listen, and he was like, "Yo, bitch, you mind?" I was like, "Man, of course. I'm not doing nothing else, man. I'm not doing nothing else." Look, for real, I was happy to be asked. Because I put myself out there. I said, man, I want to be on some of the interviews. And Rich was one of the first cats hit me. Yo, word, Bishop, you want to be on? Yeah, come on. I'm rocking out, man. So
you was supposed to look like a superstar. My ass was big. My asks
was
big.
Super big, man.
Where until you was like, yeah, man, I've always wanted to go. Like,
I always wanted to come. He was like,
now the ask is like a
I'm his fan.
Size.
I'm his fan out this month. I'm like, yeah. Because again, man, I'm not. I tell people, hey man, I'm here, man. Like if you need somebody to host your backyard christening, I'm out here listen, I'm out here.
Have you hosted like an event that was kind of like out of the ordinary?
Shit, man, I've hosted. I did a comedy show in Kingston 2 nights in a row for a family reunion. Both nights they booked it. They booked our shit. Like the dude came to one of our shows that we did at at Carmen's, and this is one of a couple of nights that I had about 175 people in that shit. You know what I'm saying? In Carmen's or whatever. And again, that was 175 people off of local comedians. I ain't had no headliners. Nobody came in. It was all my friends from comedy clubs. And we did that shit. He was like, yo, this is awesome. Can you set up a show? And I got my comedian friends. I said, yo, Kingston's they gonna set together a show.
That's great.
And we did that. So we drove down to Kingston 2 days in a row. Whew. 8 hours, 16 hours.
Why y'all drive down there 2 days in a row?
Cause I didn't want to stay down there.
Okay. No, that's a good reason. I mean, no matter where I'm at, I always want to go home too. Like that's me. Like I got a very nice home. I don't really want to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
I think Cadence was new too. Maybe she was like a little too new. But I was like, yeah. So I didn't want to stay down that motherfucker. And then you know what I'm saying. And then because I had 2 sets of comedians too. So one set wasn't coming down, and they didn't want to pay for this. So we did a hotel spot, killed it, and then we did that backyard barbecue and shit. That was crazy because they were not paying attention and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't.
I thought that would have been one of them like times y'all would just been jumping on the crowd then. Because it sounded like I'm not a comedian, but it sounded like an opportune time.
But again,
crack jokes.
Right, you don't want to crack jokes on nobody need.
Because it's intimate. Like I feel like that's when you can crack the most jokes. Like,
but it's depending on. But then you're dealing with the church ladies, and shit, people's babies running around and shit like that. They trying to eat, but they did feed us. They was like, after you get off stage, get you a plate, and then. And then we had a better time talking to the people.
I might have walked up with a plate like,
yo,
man, bro, this
oh
fish,
man, they was giving us
fish is good. Oh my god,
they was giving us high fives and shit. Like if the joke hit, they'd come up and give us a high five. Like we just talking to them. Just be talking to them. One time I gave the mic, whatever, he ran off on his shit. So I mean, they just had a good time with us. They was like, man. And they was like, man, we don't care. Y'all here, man. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up.
So they, you know what I mean? People came over and pretty much we did. I think everybody did maybe 5 minutes, and then we just hung out with the family and shit.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. But we got to pay the bag off that joint though, too. For real, man. We got to pay the whole.
Not
bag.
Off of 5 minutes. Bro, that's what I like to hear. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when the craft's so good, you can really give. It's not even like a minimal effort, but it's just like you can ration out the minimal amount and get what you deserve, like because it's just like, bro, it take a lot to think out of stuff out of thin air.
Right.
Like this is out of thin air. Like I know, like motherfucker might be basing off how motherfucker look, might be roasting a motherfucker, but it's just like, bro, anytime you content create, bro, it's out of thin air. Like,
especially it's a structure. It's a structure of the joke, man. It's about putting that shit together. And sometimes if you write enough, Rich, I'm gonna tell you this right here. It'll look
I don't
like
even know how to write a joke.
It is. Like, you want to tell you how to write a joke? You tell jokes all the time. It's a setup. It's kind of like what you said when I did with Lena, right? Mm-hmm. That's a style of.
Because I know how to spot a setup. Like I said, I didn't keyed into to comedy enough to know to spot a setup.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that when you write a joke, you already know how to do it. You watch comedy enough. Mm-hmm. So it's your setup. It's your premise, your setup, and your punchline. That's it. Premise, what you gonna be talking about, setup, punchline, and then what you do when you come to your set. It's about getting everything that's under this premise, this setup, and these punchlines. You know what I'm saying? And you're overarching. You know what I mean? Like for instance, if you watch Raphael Sadiq's, not Raphael, excuse me, Ali Sadiq, new joint.
Which one?
Domino Effect 2.
I watched both of them.
The Domino Effect 2 was all about loss. Yeah. The premise of the whole thing was loss.
Yeah.
And he told beautiful stories within that loss.
He always said, like, and it was, bro. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Marlon Wayans.
I ain't seen that one yet.
Marlon Wayans' whole joint was the Jada, Will Smith, and Chris Rock shit.
That's why I didn't watch it.
I say this right here, look at it, and you'll see how brilliant that joke writing is. Because it's 3 separate acts in that thing, but it's the same premise with 3 separate angles to that shit.
I think that's my problem with, like, not my problem, but the reason I haven't really tried to monetize, like, anything funny I say, because it's just, like, I can't take my emotion out of other jokes being told. And I was just, like, when I heard, like, he was cracking, like, on, like, Chris Rock getting, like, hit, like, bro, it's like, bro, you're not supposed to be hitting no comedians, bro, like, especially somebody like Chris Rock, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not finna. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yes, you're supposed to joke on that.
He's not an aggressive type of person. It's not like, bro, you went up there and tried to box Martin Lawrence or something, like, who was really in there boxing. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't smack somebody who.
As a comedian, you're absolutely supposed to talk about that shit. You're supposed to.
I get it. Like, as a comedian, I feel like that's why I say, like, I couldn't take my emotion out of the context.
Yeah, but
that's why I knew, like, that was.
But I'm saying, I challenge you to watch that shit and then hit me back, right? I challenge you to watch that shit because
y'all don't never leave me with homework on here. Y'all, bro, y'all don't be shot topics.
That's your shot topic. I mean, challenge it, and then we could come and we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We could have a debate on Facebook.
From now on, if y'all a guest on here, y'all gotta leave me with some homework.
I'm setting the bars in the presidents, y'all. I'm setting the bars in the presidents. But yeah, man. So that's all it is. And again, man, like the biggest thing, like I said, one man. I think we're back on to what I see next. I also got the people at NCC Records. Hold on. I'm booked in November too, or something like that. So, but again, hey man, that I want to do that one man show. I want to do more hosting classes and all that stuff. I want to come back on this podcast and do more shit. I want to be on the panel. I want to be a guest and talk some shit.
Another big shout today is he just gave you your flowers. That's the person that did all my covers. I don't know if you've seen like the sketches. Like I think I posted the sketches a couple of weeks back. But like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, he just gave you your flowers. Like, yeah, it's funny as fuck. So apparently he been a fan for a minute.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, yeah, like, bro, we didn't even get to like we still. I'm gonna give you 2 second round questions because
Okay.
I always want to get to the second round. But like, yo, hey, before we go to the second round, big shouts to 4 Phones, big shouts to the phone booth, big shouts to Shot Topics. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely gonna get Bishop to sign a wall before we get up.
Oh, I get to sign a wall. Oh shit,
Yeah.
let's go.
You get to sign a wall. That's
Yippee.
warms my heart. Now, if y'all got the space, I mean, we got the space. I'm tripping. If y'all got the song, if y'all got the show concept, bro, just hit us.
Yeah.
We got the space, we got the time. Just let us know ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a real jingle unless it rhyme. So, moving on.
This cat, I can't do that shit.
What you mean?
That whole like how you just did the mixtape battle rap shit. That
ain't no
jingle,
battle
man,
rap
that's,
shit. That was
that
the
battle
jingle.
rap shit. Like yo, I came through everything. Yeah, I wish I could do that shit.
I just added that little last line. It ain't no jingle unless it
man,
rhyme.
but
like,
you everything else
that
up
ain't-
to that point was smooth as shit.
Oh, that one. Oh, that's my slogan. We got
Yeah.
the space. We got the time.
Yeah,
Just let us
because
know ahead of time.
whew.
I've been saying it. Like, that's it. That's it, bro. You better not take it. I swear to God. You better not take it. But yeah, like that. Yeah, that last little line. You was talking about like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, rapping on the spot. I'm gonna add a little line here. You know what I'm saying, a little comedy line. But like, yeah.
Hey man,
But-
can I say this right here? I want to say
man.
y'all don't see this behind the scenes, right? Like he's been looking down at his card like he had questions on this shit the whole time, right? This shit is blank, but he keep touching it, and it's like he got a little green. I'm like, yo, how was he pulling questions? He's just like, yeah, so yeah, Bishop, I wanted to get into that, like,
Bro, that is, bro. It's crazy how you notice that because it's like every time I touch it, I get a new question.
yeah, he like, yeah, is
Like-
this shit braille, nigga? It's blank. Look here, it's blank as shit. It's blank, like it's nothing
past,
on.
It's past versions of myself.
He like, yo,
Like,
so Bishop, and if you can see, he's right here. And he's like, yo,
and the crazy part about it, before the show started, I thought I was gonna write on it, but like when I touched it, I was like, I got what I need.
got me.
I put the dry erase marker up and everything. Like that is crazy. Like it's crazy that you notice that, and when you put light to it, like every time I touch it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely past
Cause
versions
he
of
looks
myself.
down
Like,
at this shit like he
that
got
is-
notes. He ain't got shit over. He's out.
oh yeah, off the card, off the blank card.
This what I'm saying. This is how you know he's a great interview.
Bruh.
You know, this is
Hey.
a great interview when you could do that without when you could fucking you asked me 50 questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were there. It's up there, and we ain't even made it to the second round. Like these are the questions. Like
Okay.
I just been wondering, like as myself,
Okay.
like you know what I'm saying, like and you know. To definitely get, you don't gotta give yourself your own flowers because
Right.
you got enough flowers from everybody else, and you definitely get some flowers from me. It's just like, bro, the crowd control, the charisma, the delivery. You know what I'm saying? All of that is stuff that I've been keying in on ever since I've thought about going to another lane outside of the whole, you know what I'm saying, music and everything. Because, you know what I'm saying, music is great. I hate that you stopped as early as you stopped because it's just like, you said you stopped at 23. I just interviewed somebody that was 23 earlier.
Right.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying?
And again, I said that was the biggest mistake of my life. You know
Or
what I'm saying?
it could have been
Biggest.
the universe just working like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, you can manipulate words.
Right.
You better off not doing it on a cadence. You better off doing it on your own time and on your own delivery.
Right.
And that's what the universe saying, not me, just the universe. Like it's just that might be what was happening, but it's just like the fact that you've done it so well, and I have the privilege of asking you questions when you've hosted so many events, so many shows, so many culturally invigorating parts of this community. It's a privilege, and I appreciate that like so much. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give them a couple questions of the second round.
Cool.
Yeah, the tequila. I did an episode earlier. I didn't plan on drinking this as much as I did in this episode.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
Nah,
You
we
know
feeling
what I'm
good.
saying?
We feeling good.
I feel
right
great.
now. We feeling
So when you were outside in your younger days,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take a shot to this.
Well, what's younger? Like, give me, because I want to get myself.
Well, I want you to
date
gauge
myself.
I want you to gauge yourself when you hear the question.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whether like you were, you know what I'm saying, just outside looking for love, or like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, I need to hurry and get in the house because it's getting scary out here. I'm the old nigga at the club. You know what I'm saying? You weren't never like that, were you?
I wasn't never the old.
Okay, I was just, you know.
Actually, I am the old nigga in the club.
No, you the old nigga at work in the club. It's a difference. Like, yeah, don't.
Yo, because when I tell people my age, they be like, Word, Bishop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you at work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Jay-Z. You only out when you have been contracted.
When I have to come
when
out.
You're contracted or requested. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on who requested. So don't think you can just jump in the DMs. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Bro, we was gonna be at the end of the driveway. I thought you could pull up.
Right.
Nah, nigga, chill out. So when you were outside,
okay,
in these days, what was the pettiest reason that you didn't go on a second date?
So let me tell you this right here.
Yeah.
I had a formula for that too, man. I didn't date a lot. I didn't go on a lot of traditional dates. Because what I used to do, I was talk to chicks for 2 weeks. Over the phone. This before text message and all that shit. When I had my own cell phone.
See, this is the beauty of being a 90s baby. It's just like I have a piece of yo culture, but I also have a piece of the kids' culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember talking to lady out her drawers on that goddamn landline. But I also have memories of goddamn texting that fire ass shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To link up whenever I need to link up. Like, bro, like that is.
So we talk about like when I'm on my, because I moved out my crib. I moved out my mother and father's crib, but like when I was about 18, 19 years old.
Damn, I thought I was cool for moving out at 21.
Yeah, I moved straight on out or whatever. So then I had my own crib. So that was game in itself.
Yeah.
That was game in itself.
Crib at what age?
At 19. Yeah, 18, 19 years old. 19, 20. 19, 20, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't old enough to drink yet when I got my crib. So
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just coming into that, and I think I got drunk my first time, and I'll tell you the story about that. When I drunk a Yoo-Hoo before. Shit on my carpet, but it's bad. I drunk a Yoo-Hoo. You drunk
a Yoo-Hoo while you were drunk?
No, I drunk a Yoo-Hoo earlier, and then my homeboy came and got me to go out. And I just was like, I never had a Yoo-Hoo before.
Was that the day you realized you were lactose intolerant or something?
Bruh, I never had a Yoo-Hoo before. I was like,
are you lactose intolerant?
I think I am a little bit, but sometimes I just get a little gassy, but it's okay.
No, for real though, like if you think you're lactose, you probably are lactose.
I'm
like
probably
it's a lot of us melanated folk that are lactose intolerant. Like niggas thought like that Keenan was joking on all that. Like no, that is actually a common thing with motherfuckers.
We don't fuck with the lactose.
Like for real though.
So I drunk a Yoo-Hoo.
Almond milk.
Yeah, all that shit. But I would say like I would do this right here. I will always, because I had great luck with women. Like I had, when I say this right here, to be 5'8" and light skinned in a time when you shouldn't be short and light skinned, I had great luck with women. You know what I'm saying? And it really comes down to me just being real.
I don't want to age you, but I want to ask what year it was so I can see who the light skinned nigga was at the time. You know, because when you
we talking about 290. You talking about what? You talking about what? 2000. 2000, about 2000 to 2005, 6.
That was the span?
That was the span.
So Nelly was the nigga. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nelly was pretty popular.
Yeah, it was Nelly.
You know what I'm saying? And then a little bit of Joe Budden's a comment or whatever, depending on who you like. You know what I'm saying? Nori was skinny. Then Joe Budden, man. Like I got mistaken for Joe Budden's in front of here's another story. I feel like I'm the game. I'm dropping shit. So
Joe Budden.
Duke had Ludacris, Phil Mob, and DTP.
Phil Mob is a good book depending on the year, bro. Like that's so, bro. Like
I say they show
that is sick of being lonely, Phil Mob.
Oh
my god,
that fucking show.
I would have paid folded money to see that shit.
People, listen, bro. Bruh. Them niggas Phil Mob had a show.
You were outside during the countdown era.
Yeah, man.
Like during the TRLs, during the 106 in Parks.
Yeah, man.
During the Notarized.
Yeah, man.
You know I sat in front of that movie. You know I sat in front of that motherfucking TV screen all fucking day watching them Notarized countdowns, that top 100. I was going to... Bro, big shouts to Ja Rule. That nigga, bro, he got it years.
Shout out to Ja.
Ja Rule got it years in a row. You should have never did that Fire Festival. You fucked your name up.
Right.
Anyway. But goddamn, like, yo, you were outside during, like, the countdown. Like, the niggas got to turn TV on to watch videos.
Yeah.
Like,
I was outside during that point, man, and I was standing in front of the Def Jam bus, right? And I had the douchebag beard. This is when my beard first started coming in. So
What is that?
So when you got the pencil line beard, you know what I'm saying? When it's just this.
The chin strap?
The chin strap with the pencil. I call it a douchebag beard.
That's what you... Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
it's the douchey. Because you were douchey.
Before the fuckboy haircut, that was the douchebag beard.
It's the douchebag beard. Because my beard didn't grow. It wasn't just starting to connect and all that shit. So, it wasn't this. I was what, 20?
I tried to have a chin strap, but it went under my shit.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
At least if I was getting with a cross. I had the douchey.
There were a lot of jokes at my expense.
It was a douchey. I had the douchey or whatever. And I was slim. I was a little slimmer than or whatever. And third day was opening up for DDP, Ludacris, and Field Mob. So they went on first, right? Third day did this shit. So after third day set or whatever, right before third day set, I think I was stuffing their CDs, right? You know what I'm saying? Putting the joint. Again, I was cutting out. Sam's brought in like the big sheets of their CD covers, and I was literally cutting them shits out, stuffing their CDs so they give out to the crowd. So I'm in there stuffing their CDs, and I go outside to get on my phone, and I'm by the Def Jam bus. So right here, where it is, where we're sitting at, it's the Def Jam tour bus. So it's Ludacris, it's the whole roster, and then it's Joe Budden's big ass face like above my shoulder. On the bus. So I'm sitting here like right here.
So he had an ego issue early. I got it.
Right. So I'm sitting here right here, right? And I'm just talking on the phone. And the cats came up, yo, we love your shit. And I was like, what? And again, my voice, me and Joe's, if you hear Joe on record or whatever, our voice is not too far apart, right? Yeah, so my speaker voice would sound like what Joe Budden's speaking voice is.
I'm
right?
relatively young. All I know is Pump It Up.
Right. But Pump It Up was popping. You know what I'm saying? So
and
I love your shit.
I can only equate that for niggas doing it for Lil Saint.
Right. I love this shit, right? They was like, yo, but first of all, Joe Budden's just a fucking monster. We're not gonna even. I think the couple Mule musics had dropped during this point.
There's difference between generations. Like right. I know you have the ability, you know what I'm saying? Right. But it's just to me, your personality has fucked up your ability. That's why I was saying, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't worry about the haters.
Right.
But, like, don't ever get catty with a motherfucker at a show, because then the people that came to see you and have faith in you will lose faith.
Yeah.
That is the situation where it was just like, bro, I had faith in his ability, but that nigga just be doing weird ass shit on, like, the podcast and shit. So it's just like, I lost faith in the brand. Like, that's the type of shit I be talking about.
I feel you. And I could Joe was you either like Joe or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those things. And that's why I like Joe. Because Joe is like me. You like me or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those situations. So, and the cats was like, I was like, nah, I get that a lot. I'm not him. And it's like, word? I was like, yeah, I'm not. And he's like, all right. And the motherfuckers, I heard him like, man, he's a dick. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting right there in front of the bus. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave us an autograph.
That's
and I want to say this right here. I'm sorry to Joe Buttons, yo. They mistaken me for you, and I was being honest. And then I turned around and I looked up at the bus, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm sitting in front of the bus. Me and this nigga both got the pencil line beard.
Oh. See, I don't even remember Joe Budden with a pencil line beard.
Yeah, the pencil line beard. That's why I said
youth, generations. That's what it take, bro. Now I had a mistaken for a story. I started putting these glasses on. Motherfuckers really was, bro. When I didn't have no beard, it was Sean Kingston. You know what I'm saying? When I got the whole thing covered, it was DJ Khaled.
Yo.
Yeah. That's why I really keep some frames on, because of DJ Khaled. Like, it's just like, damn, bro. Like,
Khaled, man, light skin, man. He's the like, yo. I mean, honestly, be like, you know, and again, it's the type of beard, and like I said, I don't know your nationality.
See, I was about to ask you that next question. I was like, are you all black?
I don't know what I am. Yeah.
See, me, like I consider when I say, like, are both your grandparents black?
Yeah.
See, that's what I consider all black. So it's just like, how often are you mistaken for something else? Because it's just like
I had a whole argument with somebody. Let me. I had a whole argument.
Why you pulling up the argument? I was coming out of the bar, like an open mic. Big shouts to I think DJ R&B was like DJ.
Shout out to DJ R&B.
Big shouts to DJ R&B. Big shouts to all the big wigs at the Four Phones. Now I was walking out the bar. That was on like whatever like mini street that was over there by like Motorco and Durham, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking out of there, and I've always been told I look like somebody over there in like that eastern area of the middle.
Do.
So damn, I'm on the phone with somebody, and it's somebody that walk up to me, and they start speaking, I guess wherever they was from,
Right.
their native tongue, like, and I'm like,
wow.
Sir, I Black American.
I look Dominican.
I mean, to me, you look light skinned. I don't
Right, but
right.
I had a whole argument with a chick.
Like,
She was like, "Yo, you Dominican?" I'm like, "I'm not Dominican."
and it's so like, bro, like, and I didn't really like think about how like anti-black like people are. Like, they just knew I was something else because there's no way your tone is that whatever I think it is, and you were just
Black.
all black. And I'm like, nah, black all day. Like, I mean, my grandma be talking some shit about Cherokee, but I don't be hearing that. Everybody say they Cherokee.
Right.
Like, whatever. And it's just like, you got to be mixed with something else. No, I don't. I can be black. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, you could be full as African and be light skinned. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just like this. We come. The beautiful thing about black folk, we come in all shapes and sizes. But
that's real shit.
Like,
if Sean Paul can be from Jamaica, I can be all black.
I mean,
I think my pop RP had pointed out. He was like, "Man, I ain't never seen no light skinned Jamaican like that before." Like, that's when Sean Paul was up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like, give me the light, get that.
Just give me
thing.
the light,
like, bruh, like.
And pass the roll.
Bruh, see, you was talking about like down being like out there when Philmon was being booked for shows.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, I wonder what the club like when that Sean Paul dropped.
Man,
I bet it was some some sweat and some drinks in the air, bro.
Like B, we didn't have a whole bunch of serial killer music in the club and nothing like that. Like, the best thing was either Dipset. Dipset was popping. Fucking, when I first started going to the club, the most dangerous song was out there was Knuck If You Buck.
So nobody noticed, but I'm low key a history buff. Like, I done looked into like all, like, you know, Senator Andrew Carnegie, J.P. Rockefeller. So it's like this type of shit is really piquing my interest, because I was just talking about somebody how like when I came up, because you know what I'm saying, I'm not super young, I'm a little older. So when I came up in the clubs, like before like college, because I ain't take no college fight brawl serious, because it's just like, nigga, we on tuition. Shut the fuck up. So it's like anything before that, like, bro, like Knuck If You Buck. You couldn't play that all the way through. Fuck them other niggas, because I'm down for my niggas. Like, bro, like, you couldn't play that all the way through. Set It Off by Boosie was a toss-up.
Right.
Literally, like, you don't know what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? If you play Wipe Me Down or Loose as a Goose early, you might save the party. But bro, if you play that shit and play Smoking on Purple and then play some foul shit after that,
right?
Whatever foul shit you play, it's done. Like, so you know.
Wankster used to hit the club too. Wankster hit the club.
Man, that is crazy that you mentioned Wankster, bro. Because I remember there was like it was a big ass snow where I came, like in like the country, like when like Wankster was out there popping, like there was like it was like 2-3 feet, and like my cousins had stayed with us like at the crib, because damn, they ain't had no power where they was at,
right?
And damn, Wankster came on 106 in Park. My cousin John, R.I.P., he had goddamn ran into my parents' room and tried to goddamn cut that shit on. And it was like, bro, he was goddamn, like, that was the first time I ever heard Wankster. And it was just like, it might have been the very first diss record I ever heard, because I was just like, why he, you know what I'm saying, this nigga named 50 Cent.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I guess that's a cool name, but it was just like, Wankster was in, I was like, this ain't it, but that's just crazy. Like,
the crazy thing about it, like, true history shit, bro. I remember when 50 Cent was on the Onyx joint. Was on the Onyx song.
On Capitol?
Yeah, when they had I forgot the name of the song.
It was Onyx before Capitol VIP.
No, he was on Onyx, the group Onyx.
Onyx, the group. I'm thinking about club name.
He was on a song with Onyx when they were playing hockey. He was the goalie. And this was 50 Cent was still fat.
I ain't never seen him fat.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's why when they did the club shit, when he dropped down and he was all ripped up, he was fat before then, and then it was like, oh shit, 50 came out. It was like, damn, 50 came out with the LL chest.
That's crazy, because it's like, that's the only 50 I know.
Yep.
That go back to that damn, you know what I'm saying, niggas only know Shaq as a sportscaster or man. That is crazy. Like, damn, like, so it was literally motherfuckers out there watching them on some, like, damn, he done came a long way.
He came a long way.
He done slimmed down, bulked up at the same time.
He done bulked up, slimmed down, and everything. Shout out to 50 Cent after How to Rob, you know what I'm saying? So
that is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we definitely got to harp on, like, some of, like, not quite old school, but, like, quite, like, throwback. So, like, what is, like, some of, like those throwback, like, type shows, like that are most memorable? Because, like, the Film Mob is definitely up there.
Film Mob was dope. The KRS-One show at the Cat's Cradle when he was beefing with Nelly, and everybody had
he came there like in the middle of the Nelly beef, because I definitely seen that beef episode.
Came in the middle of the Nelly beef.
I'm a young nigga. I was on Nelly's side, but I remember KRS-One had beef earlier with that Roxanne shit from the other beef episode.
Yo,
that happened at the time.
Like KRS said, he writes it. He said whoever's the top rapper at the time, he writes a diss record for him, just in case it get out of pocket.
See, he already knew like how controversy works.
Yeah, he does.
Early. That is a forward.
And if you fuck around with KRS-One, he gon' this ain't gonna be no Mel and Mel shit. KRS-One gonna rap his ass off. He can still rap his ass off at like 65 years old.
I believe.
All right, so this what happened this what made this show memorable. The sound cut out. First of all, motherfuckers was like, fuck Air Force Ones. Everybody had shell toes on.
Oh, y'all tripping.
Everybody had shell toes on and
Pumas. That's how I knew I was on Nelly's side, because that might have been the year I was mad I ain't getting no Air Force Ones for the 6th grade.
Motherfuckers like, yo, fuck Air Force Ones. Right? The sound cut off in the shit. And this nigga had so much crowd control. He was like, listen. While they're fixing the sound, we can do it like this. And he started rapping and signing autographs while they were still fixing the sound. And still kept the crowd activated, fully attention. Nigga shut the fuck up and allow KRS to do what he did.
That's how you keep fans. That's how you gain fans. That's some cool ass shit.
Super dope on that shit, man. Another show, Duel of Iron Mikes, man. The Duel of Iron Mikes, Joshua Gunn versus Fonte. In a freestyle battle on beats. That shit went 8 rounds, bro.
8?
You only had 1 minute here, 1 minute here, 1 minute here, like 2 rounds.
That sounds like a baseball game I'm trying to lead.
Bruh.
Like, I'm pretty sure it was intense to even go that far. But I just know if motherfuckers be out there watching, you know what I'm saying, watching the Durham Bulls and it's the 11th inning, and it's just like, God damn.
No.
Like, bruh, this shit done tied up every time.
Let me say this right. I'm gonna give you a backstory about Jay Gunn. I hope you could get him on here. And then if you need a cosign, I'll cosign it 100%. Baby J.
We need it.
Baby J. When he was coming out, Josh was battling cats 25, 26 years old.
Big shouts to Maestro. She just
shout out to Maestro. Obliterating these niggas. I'm talking about coming into these battles, obliterating these cats. This short, light skinned ass little curly haired dude, fucking obliterating cats on straight MC shit.
Talk to the comment section. I need to go.
Okay. Yeah. So talking to the comment section. So Fonte and Jay Gunn gets the battle and the motherfucking Duel of the Iron Mikes. Butter Team put it together with DJ Samps, Courtney C, Skaz out there, like Bro Rabs out there. Like it's a to do. It's a, you know what I'm saying? I think Apple Juice Kid was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just whoever was out, that shit was there, right? 8 rounds, man, because they kept tying. And then what they were doing is this right here. They were giving you topics. So they would say, this is the topic that you have to spit on or whatever. Whether it's this, that, and the third. These cats, classic night. And I'm talking about like this. If anybody, y'all fuck around with Fonte, right? Y'all think, yo, he the singing ass nigga on You Are Watching UP. When I say this motherfucker goes all the way in when it comes down to that battle. It's next level. It's scary good. is scary good. His freestyle, right, during this point in time, because that's what you had to do. You had to freestyle, and people took pride in that shit. So that was one of the most classic battles ever. Fontaine and Josh Gunn at the Duel on Iron Mics, man. Like, he called him a backup dancer for Britney Spears.
He called him Kevin Federline.
Yo, this fucking dude Fontaine said this shit in the joint. They was like, one of the topics was if I was a dick, and I still remember this line from there. This motherfucker said, if I was a dick, you want to understand my onomatopoeia, I'll bust in your face and get your bitch ass gonorrhea. Off the fucking top of the damn head.
That's what they said. That nigga woke up early thinking about that shit, bro. That take a lot to put together.
No, they just gave the topic to him.
You right. Damn.
They just gave it. We would give, like, during the Duel on Mics. That's when I did my 16's not
that
enough.
That was me hating. My bad. You know,
yeah, you
sometimes that hating just seep out.
It seep out because y'all.
You gotta check it. You gotta check it.
Because y'all niggas can't do that shit like that.
Right. You gotta
check like you put. I'm telling you, you put me next to the alphabet or ABCs or fucking doing that shit. That's what we practice on. Me and my mans used to do shit like this. We would freestyle and we would just point at shit on the wall. He had like this poster on the wall with mad shit on it, and we had to tell the story during the wall. You know what I'm saying? And it just like during that time, you prepare for the Duel on Iron Mics for shit like that. Mm-hmm. So your brain can move a different way, and you start thinking about that shit. So, but yeah, man, that shit was crazy. What else? What else was a crazy ass show? That fucking Royce the 5'9" show was crazy.
I believe it.
That was a dope ass show. Being on stage with Just Blaze was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because he allowed us to host during his set, during his DJ set, so we got to be the MCs for him playing. And that night, Fonte came out and rocked off a fucking Just Blaze beat, like live. You know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? That shit was super dope. Knife was out there, shit. Like, yeah, man, I've been doing some dope ass shows. One of the craziest shows was when I did 16's Not Enough. Kaza came out that shit and rocked to the intro of Dirty Diana. Just to no drums, no nothing, and battled a cat on Dirty Diana and fucking murked that shit the fuck out.
The intro of Dirty Diana.
He got, like, after he did that shit, like Crystal wasn't the judges, she added him to that year's Beats and Bars. She was like, yo, I gotta have Kazi on the Beats and Bars. Put his ass on a flyer. Was like, yo, you gotta rock. And he got main stage off of that shit right there. Really. Yeah, man. I've been around a while, man. I've been doing some dope shit, man. Shit.
Big shots, Cousin Luke just tuned in. Now,
Lou, that's my man, Cousin Luke.
Oh yeah, that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he be bro keying in on hosting as much as I be keying in.
That's my man. So me and Lou about to do some work, man. He gotta call me though. You got my number, Lou.
Now,
fuck around.
Like I said, I'm a historian, but like with all type of history. So I gotta ask you this: like, what is the weirdest trend when you were in high school? What is the weirdest trend you participated in that was going on at the time?
Remember, I had stopped doing a lot of shit in high school, bro.
Right. So it's just like, so this one should stick out. Like, whatever.
I rock some lugs. I rock lugs.
You thought that was weird?
I thought that was weird, man. Like,
I mean, I was at elementary school with lugs, but like kind of like prevalent. So it's like, it didn't really matter.
I'm 43. How old are you? I'm like 10 years older than you, right?
I'm in my 30s.
You're in your 30s. You don't want to tell me.
No, I'm 31. I'm 31.
Okay, so okay, cool. So I'm like all the way older than you and shit. You know?
Yeah, It's a whole generation gap.
It's a whole generation gap for you.
We would have definitely went to two different.
But you see, and when I'm saying this, look at us right now. It's sad that we look the same, because it's either I look super young or this nigga looks super old.
He looks super young. Like, don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Like, whoa, what was that?
You are living a wrong life. There's a Ford Loco.
I took the glasses off. Like, bro, you don't see no bags under this eye. Like, bro, shit, why did you take your glasses off? Okay. I was making the point myself. See this shit right here? That is crazy. Oh my gosh, a humble bragger. Like, he quietly took them off. Like, oh my goodness.
I can't see shit though. Like, you can probably still see something. My shit just blurred out. It was like, dude.
Oh yeah, I told you.
I gotta
these
stick
frames
with
ain't real. I just had to stop looking like DJ Khaled.
So Them dope ass frames though. You did a good
bro,
job.
These are upgrade frames. I used to I had some frames before this. Like I use them for skits now, but I had to stop looking like DJ Khaled.
Ah shit, I just did not looking. But so what crazy trend that I do?
Craziest trend you participated in high school.
Shit, man. The Gap jackets was crazy. The fucking fold out Gap jackets. That's what was going on. I didn't do too much, man. Cause again, I couldn't follow a lot of trends because I didn't have a lot of money and shit during that time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have $1 money. You know what I mean? So again,
like I said, when Air Force Ones by Nelly dropped, it's not that like my parents just made a point to not get the Air Force Ones. Just like it was either that, like you could get one pair of Air Force Ones, or you could get three or four pair of other shoes.
Right.
Like she hit me with the damn. I think that was that Kevin Hart skit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
that's when you get the New Balance though for 2 for $80 though.
See, I had some 574s, but mind you, I was in the South. They were not popular.
Oh, bro, no, I'm talking. I was here during it. No, bro.
No,
if you was
this was 06. They were not popular.
They were popping back then.
Not in a country like you know what I'm saying. Like they were like tolerable.
Right.
Them 574s, but it's just like, like you need the ones.
I had 574s. I had 574s and all sorts of kind of. I had brown.
Then when I came to Shaw. And 10. That's when I think they had the 579s, them gray ones. And by that time I had already been like, like New Balances and Fat Forms were in the same umbrella to me. Like in mind, like when
I used to jean suits though, bro.
Okay.
Jean suits.
So
jean suits.
Now
fucking hold on. Oh yeah. Now.
The Sean Johns and the Rockawares.
When you said that, listen, the Hawaiian shirts.
The Hawaiian shirts?
Like when Hawaiian shirts first came back out, we had the Hawaiian shirts. I had mad Hawaiian shirts. You know what I'm saying? I got a short set this Hawaiian shorts right now. Now I'm in short sets. That's my new trending. To small my own shit. So
I've seen that. I've seen you in that
short set. So I got a couple short sets. But yeah, back then it was Hawaiian shirts, of course Rockaway. Of course, I had to have the Rockaway joints.
Rockaway and Sean John were definitely prevalent. Like, if you did not have a Rockaway jean suit or a Sean John jean suit
or a Fat Farm jean suit,
you were not. See,
and it had to be indigo too.
I only had one thing Fat Farm, and that was a pair of blacks. I had a pair of blacks mid tops. I didn't really care for them because I wanted Air Force Ones. There's no diss to James and Tanya. No diss, no cap. Like y'all did everything.
First of all, Fat Farm sneakers was not.
Was fly.
Fat Farm sneakers was not what you're supposed to buy. Fat Farm sneakers came after the fucking jean suits. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. So when they buy you Fat Farm sneakers just was like shell toes. You should have just got the shell toes. And that's what it now.
You don't care because they were shell toes. You're right. You're totally correct.
Yep. I had a pair of S. Carters when he had them shits.
I seen the commercial. The S. Carters and the G units were the same thing. I seen the commercial, but it was just like, I might get them. We'll see.
Bucket hats. I had a bunch of bucket hats, fitteds.
The Tony Yayos? I remember it. Yeah.
Some fitted hats. Fitted hats was always the trend. You know what I'm saying? We did that. Because y'all, cats right now don't do fitted hats like that.
Big shouts to Wiz. Yeah, it's snapping strap backs. Like, for real. Like, but I definitely remember the 59 50 fitteds. Like, they were there. Like, it's just like, when you was outside, like, I had class at 7:45. I had to make sure I had my homework done. That shit was real.
Yeah, I was outside in the joint like 2000. I think I turned 21 in 2000. So whatever that means to you.
21 in 2000. Like you turned 21 during Y2K.
So excuse me, 20. I turned 21 in 2001 because I was born in '80. So yeah, that's what it is.
So as somebody who was drinking at the time, like, this is a really heavy question I'm about to ask. What Cause mind you, when I was in the 4th grade, we were literally not doing shit that day, or so I can remember. And they just turned the TV on. The TV on was on that day the whole day. So for somebody that was like at drinking age or relatively drinking age at that time, what did 9/11 feel like?
Ooh, the 9/11. My 9/11 story was this right here. So
you like my setup? You didn't even see it coming. That was crazy.
Ooh, this 9/11
comedy
story
school
crazy. So again, I just had this was during the time I had just got my apartment. You know what I'm saying? So 9/11 happened in 2001. So I just had my apartment this was like my first year having my apartment. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, or going into my second year going to an apartment. So my cable, I had bootleg cable, and the dude Spectrum had just came in, or Time Warner at the time had just came in and cut the cable off. And look, we had been bootlegging cable so bad, they cut the wire to the building. They just shut this shit down.
Oh yeah, that's all they can do. Yeah. It's like, bro, when the box turned off, motherfuckers didn't know if the box turned off. All you had to do is wire the cable directly into the TV, and you got basic cable until somebody came out and literally cut the wire.
Cut the wire. They kept shutting it down. We kept turning it back on when they did whatever they did to audit. So
see that they kept turning it back on. That's what got me.
Like, that's what I'm saying. We kept turning it back on. So we got the cable dude because again, like you could have it. You could have cable back then for like 2 years free. You know what I'm saying? Like dead serious. I mean, all you got BET. You didn't have it under debate, but you had BET and all that shit. So the cable had just got cut off. Right.
Basic cable and Blockbuster. You had it. You good.
That's it.
You good?
That's it. It was many a nights of us watching Belly and shit and whatever.
Oh yeah, and the DVD man. That was that was the 6th man of the year back then.
Shout out to DVD dude, especially if they was good DVDs. If you ripped them from something, that's back in the day when you know what you could do. I'm gonna tell you this right here. It's too short. You could. I don't know if you remember this. Dreamcast and PlayStation. You could burn the CDs and play the games. You could burn the PlayStation and Dreamcast CDs, so you can play them.
I had no idea. That is crazy. Like that's when the internet wasn't always readily accessible. That's when you had to really go to the flea markets. You know what I'm saying?
Writer with CDs, bro.
Like you know what I'm saying? We shouted out brothers and shout out to Buckhorn
out
there in Mebane. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you really had to go get the mixed CDs. Now it's like there's no point selling it because it's like
CD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro, shout out to all of that because now, that's when you really needed the internet. Not everybody had that fast internet to be
that
downloaded
shit was like,
and pushing shit over.
So my man,
what my shit was.
My man Fidel came into the crib again. Black Prophet. Shout out to my rap buddy. This is when I was a thought nigga. When I had a 1-bedroom apartment and 3 niggas were staying in my house. So you know what I'm saying.
Might just say y'all taking it back.
Yeah. So he came in the crib. And was like, yo, they just crashed a plane just crashed into one of the Twin Towers. Said, what? And we was like, yo, he just showed us, he was like, yo, cable off, me and my man B.
But y'all still got the news, though.
No me and my man B was sitting and playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
That was a good game. That was a very good game in Roses out there in Burleson. Like, they had the little kiosk, I don't even know if you call that kiosk, but the big game with the joystick and all that.
We was playing Marvel vs. Capcom. I forgot what system it was on. It wasn't Xbox. It was probably my PlayStation at the time. So we playing that shit on PlayStation. So we shut the game down and run to the barbershop. Because we know, where can we watch cable at right now? The barbershop. We go to J&S Barbershop. My man John was in there. He had opened up. And when we walked in to see the news, he had the news on. We was like, John, you watching the news? Like, yeah, I'm watching the news. And we turned around. We saw the second plane hit. We had got there in time.
Like live.
That's crazy. Because they were reporting live. It's like, yo, a plane has crashed into the South Building, ... And we sitting looking at shit, and we turned around as we were hearing this shit. And I'm telling you, Rich, no lie, I did this right here. And we looked up because you know how the barbershops had the TV, the big TV right there. And we looked up, and the second plane ran into the shit as the lady was speaking. And it was like, oh shit, crazy. That shit is crazy. And we was like, damn. How a plane run into the shit? And when my man saw that shit, he left the barbershop, took my man B car and went home and prayed with his mother. We was stuck in the barbershop for 2 hours. Like cats was coming in, everybody was like, it was like this cats was coming in the barbershop, not even getting haircuts, just watching that shit.
I can only imagine what that felt like as a somewhat adult. Cause you know what I'm saying, when you're 20, 21, you drinking age, but it don't necessarily mean you a full-fledged adult. But as a somewhat adult, seeing that, me at my age now, just trying to like put myself back there, I would have been trying to get a box of bullets. Like, who the fuck?
Right.
Finna pull up, like, bro, we gotta get right. Like, that's some real shit. It's just like, that's crazy. But like me, I might have seen that second plane hit because damn, the TV came on early. Like, it might have been 11, 17 when when my fourth grade teacher walked in and was like, "Oh, should we watch the TV?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" Oh, whoa. And it was just like, if you had like DirecTV or Dish Network back then, all CNN was calling like the title of their shows was Attack on America. Yeah. Like, that's all they was doing for 12 hours straight. It was Attack on America, like, throughout the entire day. And it's just like, that shit, like, this is just me at a kid's perspective. So it's like, I've never heard it as like a like legit ass adult like going through the motions every day, and you seen that shit the day before and now you seen that shit the day of type shit. Like, that is crazy.
It was a wild situation, man. It was like, I would say this right here. It was a wild situation for anybody, you know what I'm saying, once they found out about it. It was a wild situation for anybody that was Muslim. You know what I'm saying, that looked Muslim. You know what I'm saying, that had a Muslim name.
Because like even the comedians were saying, it's just like, bro, the only like black comedians was like, bro, we are not the niggas they looking at no more.
Right.
And that was funny to laugh at, but it's just like when you get the gravity of the joke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, bro, comedians are definitely like kind of be like they're kind of like desensitized in very serious situations. Like, yeah, like, bro, I've learned a good amount more from a comedian than I've learned from like a pastor. And there's no diss to pastors, but it's just like, bro, sometimes I'll be like, bro, every comedian could open a church if they really like were cynical and had no morals, like type shit. Like every comedian.
No, what it is I think what it is just like there's more comedians need to, like, when it comes down to religion and everything like that. No, more truth tellers will need to open churches. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's like this. Like,
I was thinking more so like an exploiting kind of like.
Nah, but still no. Because again, enough pastors are already doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put someone like myself, I open up my own church. It's like this. No, I'm not going to tell you what path to get to God is different because we don't know. Like it's logical. It's like this. Faith is believing in something that you don't know is true. That's all faith is. My nigga.
Talk your shit.
That's all it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to tell you? It's like this. If you talking about an almighty God and you know what I'm saying? If you talking about the God that I love, that love me back, it don't matter what language, what name you call them or what anything like that. Because if you look at any religion, everything has a main God. It's you know what I'm saying? I don't care how many gods and deities you pray to. It's like this. It is a main person or thing or whatever out there. And then it's like this for you to say, and all religion is just to divide the people for money purposes. But I won't get into that point because I'll be on a panel and we could talk about that shit. I could get real deep on that shit.
That part. So goddamn, bro, we've been talking our shit like a legit two and some change.
Yeah, man. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So look, man, we finna go ahead and wrap it up. I like the fact that we didn't really get to like the little frivolous questions of the second round because this is definitely one of my idols here. So it's just like the fact
we could do a part 2.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all want a part 2, if y'all really want this man, you know what I'm saying, drink some more tequila, definitely let me know. You can always come back. He can come back right before Raleigh World. You know what I'm saying? More promo for Raleigh World. You know
yo, bring me back before Raleigh World. I would definitely love to come. I'm gonna ask you questions and shit. We gonna talk about.
See, I got an anniversary episode coming up, and I want, like, you know what I'm saying, every time, like, I want, like, everybody out of interview to come through and, like, ask, like, 1 to 2 questions, like, they'll, like, just keep coming in camera.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Almost like a choir anniversary type of thing, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah. But we putting that together, like, that's just me, you know what I'm saying, keep on the lookout for next summer, but, like, yeah. Oh, yeah, bro, we definitely let it have you back, like, you know what I'm saying, just, like, you know what I'm saying, just for those random questions, because I feel like the only thing we asked was, damn, the pettiest reason you didn't go on a second date, and it's just like we didn't even get to that.
We didn't even get to that point.
Historic shit, and that's what it take. Like,
cause what I'm saying is, because she talked about money too much. Like I don't like people that on a pettiest date. I don't like people that's rude to waiters.
I don't know. Oh, man.
I don't like it. I don't like it because those people are working for you, and then if you rude to them, I don't want them spitting in my food.
Cause that will happen.
That will happen. I don't like if you're not well read, I don't like it. I've not talked to a chick because she came to my house too drunk. Like, yo, if you like, I've never taken advantage of a drunk woman. Like, I would rather like.
As you should not.
Listen, what I'm gonna say is this right. My rule was this right here. If you can't have sex with me to have sober, then we not having sex. I want to have sex at 12 noon after breakfast. Let's go ahead, let's go to brunch and let's fuck after
breakfast, not brunch, because bro, brunch y'all get a little crazy. Brunch might sound like y'all be
right
after
before
breakfast,
after breakfast, right when it closed. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to smash during there, if I got to get you drunk before we get there, we don't need to do it.
That is definitely.
We don't need to do it. You know what I'm saying? You enjoy this penis.
Because you don't even like me like that. You got to be drunk every time.
Right, you got to be drunk. Nah, what I look like? I'm too cute for that shit. I used to go to clubs like this right here. Like, I used to go to clubs and try to get rejected.
You used to try to get rejected
because it was funny.
That is definitely a light skin activity.
Yo, I'm like, yo, like,
see this,
like, yo, what's up?
That is definitely light skin behavior.
Like, yo, what's up? You gonna buy me a drink?
You know what I'm saying?
And, or you remember the? Have you seen the TikTok when you in a party and most cats don't realize when you go up, the girl be dancing and you go up to and dance behind her. And she looked back. I used to say this. Don't even look back. You know I'm cute.
Damn.
Woo!
That's good shit.
Woo!
Damn, where was that at back in like 09? Like I needed that.
You know I'm cute.
I needed that at the house.
I had. It was like this. One thing about, man.
Until she be like, huh?
What?
Don't look back. You know I'm cute.
Oh, you know. Look, she like, what? She like, you. I said, you ain't gotta look back. You know I'm cute. I said, I'm cute. You ain't gotta worry about that. But what it was this right here, because I realized this right here early on. You will get infinite more luck with women and meeting women and being friends with women if you're funny.
Every time.
Because I'm telling you this right here, even if the fly shorty that you think is sexy, if she's not attracted to you, if you're funny, she's gonna keep you around, and one of her fly ass friends is gonna like you. That's all you gotta do, man. I'm telling y'all, fellas, yo, holla at Bishop Omega. I'll tell y'all relationship shit. I'll get y'all the type of situations that you need. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do.
So, look, we done had so many plugs, bro. If you have an issue with the ladies,
holla at your boy.
You know what I'm saying? If you going to be at Raleigh World,
holla at your boy.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to see a play, holla at your boy.
If you're gonna be at the No Love,
holla at your boy.
You pulling up on the 30th?
I can't do nothing but host it.
Okay, if you're gonna be here on the 30th.
Yo, please, man, listen. Come out to open mics, comedians, poets, singers, and everything. It's experience. I'm
glad you named the comedians and poets first, because the singers and rappers are gonna come first. It's just like, bruh. Y'all get y'all jokes off. Get these stanzas off.
Because guess what? What I'm saying is good practice for hosting. Because if you're in a music setting and you got to come out and tell jokes, it's a good place to do crowd work. Because a lot of times people don't give a fuck with the setup of jokes and everything, but it might be good to pay attention to do the crowd work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So,
if you're in college right now, take a public speaking class.
Yeah. Don't. You don't got to take a public speaking class. I didn't take one.
Yeah, I'm not saying they have to take one, but it's just like
might
as well take an elective.
No, you don't need to. Pay me, and I'll tell you how to be a host.
That means you got to wait on the refund check. They can't pay you up front.
We could do stress pay.
Hey, look, you sign a promissory note that when the refund check hit, he's gonna teach you how to speak in public. There it is.
There it is. I can do it. Public speaking.
But yeah. We finna get up out of here. It is, bruh. This is probably one of the longer episodes we done had. I usually try to keep it at 90, but we was talking about good shit.
3 hours in this shit.
You gonna get a goddamn streaming channel, but hey, Falling for Phones. If you got a song, if you got a show, if you got an event, hit up the phone booth. Google me at Rich Nelson 2K. Just put in the search bar at Rich Nelson 2K. Follow the first links that you see. I've already checked. There are links that you can follow.
Yeah.
You know, where can they follow you at?
Catch me on IG, the Bishop Omega. THEE Bishop Omega.
2 E's.
I'm on Threads.
Energy.
I'm on Threads. The same situation. You catch me on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing it right now. So, just catch me on Facebook or whatever. Kareem, Bishop Omega, Jarrett. And yeah, just hit me up on that. And actually, if you want to book anything like that, hit me on Facebook. I'll probably be on there the most.
All right, and shout out to Richie Nelson.
Richie Nelson.
2 Shot Topics episodes a day, 1 pre-recorded, 1 live, and I'm still somewhat coherent. Like, that is crazy.
Who you had before me?
It was another rapper called, like I said, another rapper. It was a rapper called Brother Julio.
Shout out Brother Julio, man.
Like, bro, big shouts to Brother Julio. Like, yeah, tequila all the way through. Y'all can see the episode later. But goddamn, bro, generally when I do these 2 episodes, it don't end well. This one ended great. So yeah, hey, we out the stream by the end. Goddamn, appreciate y'all tuning in.
You better turn this shit off. These lights hot.
Hot as a motherfucker. This whole thing hot. It all started with orange basketball.